Samantha, thanks for coming on.
Hello, thanks for having me.
How have you been?
I've been good. Just working and trying to get things back to normal since all this COVID stuff.
I think people are pretty much over COVID.
I hope so. I think it's getting there.
Yeah, I went to a bar downtown last weekend, and I was going in, and I was like, do I need my mask? And the guy's like, no.
Well, man, a couple months ago,
I'm like, all right.
1900, and oh my goodness, after having a couple glasses of wine, I was like, oh God, COVID, because there was like no guidelines in there. I still love the place, but and it was just really crowded. I guess everyone wants to go out, and
there's a lot of places that are like that. They're like, we don't believe in it anymore. Like, we're pretty much over it.
Oh well.
I mean, they do, but they're just like, whatever happens, happens.
Well, see, I'm supposed to be going to Vegas in July, and I want to get my shot. I'm kind of
dragging my feet.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just prolonging it. I am going to get it, but I'm just, it's like, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't like have plans to do it like in the next like week or so, but I'm like, oh, I'll probably do it like,
Well, I'm debating whether I should get it done before July, because that's when we're going. Fight week, Las Vegas. Mm-hmm.
What? Who's fighting?
Conor McGregor.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's he fighting? Dustin Poirier again?
I think so, unless I'm not going to the actual fight, because the tickets that we usually get, the seats are like right there before the floor seats, and they're like 300 and something. Now, because I'm assuming Conor was fighting, it's like double that, if not more.
Yeah, especially on like a big event.
Oh yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Conor McGregor.
No, he's gonna get beat up. I'm not like into it, but I like to watch Rogan a lot, and then he talks about, he's like, Conor hasn't really fought anybody in like a year. Well, and the last time he did, he got beat up.
Joe Rogan has a special place in my heart, because I loved him when he was on, I shouldn't say love, but I liked him on Fear Factor.
News Radio. I remember that show he was on before.
Was that before Fear Factor?
Before Fear Factor, when he was pretty beautiful back then. Well, he had hair.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I guess he had hair on Fear Factor. But my goal in life, I always wanted Joe Rogan to look me in the eyes and say, you did this, Samantha. You ate this, and you defeated this challenge. Fear is not a factor for you. But then the show, this show.
I saw some of it,
anymore.
and I was like, "Fuck that!" Even he was talking about it like after the fact. He was like, "There was a few events." He was like, "You don't have to do this, man." There's a few like towards the end of it when it started getting crazier and crazier.
Extreme.
Some of them he was
the
like
bull balls.
Yeah,
but
and
that's a delicacy somewhere.
Where they like swung him from a helicopter or something like that, and he was like.
See, I'm more scared.
I wouldn't, and he was like, I wouldn't do that.
I'm more scared of like the underwater challenge, like you're
getting
in a
stuck
car
or something like that. Yeah, that freaks me out. Or
when
you gotta crawl and say, I'll get claustrophobic and shit.
Well, I'm not claustrophobic, but I feel like I would just race
when it comes to that.
Oh yeah.
I had a rat crawl on me up under a house when I was like first starting out doing electrical work. And I felt like a vibration by my leg, and I was like, oh, it's my phone. And I was like, my phone's in the car. And I shine my light down. It's like a really tight space.
See, it's different when you're like not expecting it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
you can stay calm.
What is it? The ambulance, the safety guy right over there. You got Joe Rogan. You got all the people on set.
Joe's probably not gonna do anything.
No, but at least you have the support there. If you're just underneath the house and you see this rat, you don't even know. At least maybe they're tested before they go on the show.
Yeah.
Let's make sure
they get the good rats.
Yeah, exactly. At least that's how I'm going to justify it if I ever have to, go through that challenge. Just like, okay, they've been trained to do this.
I don't know. Now that he's like talked about it, he was like, there's some of it, there was no control over it. A lot, or about half of it, he's like, there's no control over it. I mean,
zip lining, I don't know how accurate this is because I did not check my
we don't
research.
fact check on this show.
Okay, well, good. Then I have a lot of things to say.
We're gonna bring up aliens later.
Oh yay! Yay!
There's been a lot of stuff.
I mean, it's whatever.
There's been a lot of stuff percolating in the news lately.
Oh, tell me. But let me tell you this: what is it called? The parasailing? Not parasailing. When you get on the I just had it. When you get on that zip lining. Yes, zip lining. I heard that there's no like no regulatory or nothing. No, they don't do any inspection.
You have to sign like a waiver or something.
Yeah, but
I think
they don't.
some places, I don't know if it's zip lining in particular, but I know there's some places you have to like sign a waiver to do certain things.
Well, no, they just don't even have anything. There's no guidelines of how it's supposed to be done or checked. So it's pretty much.
Damn.
Just you hope it's a new zip line.
I guess it's kind of like such a new thing. Like there's no like Senate regulatory meeting on it, or
like before you can own a tiger.
Yeah, exactly. Like there wasn't a thing.
Oh yeah, did you watch Tiger King?
Oh yeah,
it's like the thing of the past, but
that is like once in a while someone will post a Tiger King meme and they're like, haha, that's right, I remember that.
Yeah,
but
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, that was, oh my god, everybody and their fucking brother was saying that for a few weeks.
Well, they're coming out with the Tiger King too, but it's not going to be about them because I don't think a lot of people are going to come back from that. But I think it's supposed to be from.
He's still in jail.
Yeah, bless his little heart. I think, I think it was a kind of a setup. I feel like he talked a lot of junk and a lot of gay men, get dramatic like that. Like I'm going to kill that bitch. But a couple times when he's had a chance, he kind of like pussed out on it, which is a good thing, you know. So I just feel like
I think everybody wouldn't mind it. They all wanted to see her dead.
Yeah, I kind of liked her around because she was the villain. We all need a villain.
We do need. That's right. Yeah. We do need to heal.
But Jeff Lowe, I guess he's one too. But I want to go to the Myrtle Beach Safari.
I went. Oh my god! I went to. I think it's Barefoot Landing or Broadway at the beach, whichever one has the tiger thing. I went there. It's fucking closed.
You're talking about Myrtle Beach Safari, the one where the.
Oh, not like the actual park, like where they keep the big white tigers and everything.
Okay, I haven't been there.
I walked in there, and it was fucking closed. They're like, we'll be back next spring. I'm like, God damn it.
That guy, Doc Antle, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I wanted to go because I want to do like the swimming, and I do want to be that girl. Friends don't hate me, but had a picture with the tiger, But I think
it's when.
It's $5,000.
Anybody would take a picture with a tiger when you're in the moment. It's like lying. There's a lot of things. It's like, oh, I would never sit down and talk to that person. It's like you've never met anybody as famous as them. What are you talking about? Like if they see someone on the news, they're like, oh, I would never stoop.
And then all of a sudden
low.
You see them, they're like, hi,
yeah,
friend.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I would. I would love to go there.
Yeah.
It's $5,000 to do like the private tour, like. The one you really want to take.
I would, I want to see what goes on,
Yeah, I think it's like $5,000 for up to 5 people. So.
I want to see what goes on back, in the back where no one else can see.
Well, you need to dress up as a girl on that
when
one.
When they're just beating the shit out of these things.
Oh, shit. Killing the baby tigers. That was sad.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right.
But I think he has to be on his A game now. Because
since that came out, like everyone's gonna be super skeptical of every type of fucking thing now.
The drug lord that had the zoo that was private and used to be like this big drug kingpin.
Oh, Pablo Escobar.
No, it was on the Tiger King. You only saw a little bit of him because he was a private zoo. You couldn't barely go in. He was just a little clip. He used to be like this like Scarface kind of guy, and he owns his own zoo. But it's starting
to come back to me.
It's a little vague. I thought he was probably like my favorite character out of all of it because he was just kind of.
Because he probably still does it.
Well, he probably has money from the past, and now he just wants to live on his own zoo and. Which
I feel like that's like the goal of any drug dealer is to like make enough money and then leave.
Yeah, you only hear about the ones that get caught.
Start breeding turtles or whatever.
Or rats for Joe Rogan or for Fear Factor. We got A+ rats over here.
I had once they like start putting like the bugs and the scorpions crawl like that's where
Ludacris.
That's where I'll tap out.
He came back and hosted the show. Did you see that on MTV?
No, that's funny. I bet it didn't last long.
It didn't. I think maybe 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But I like the concept, so I gave it a chance. And I like Ludacris. He was totally different from his Splash Waterfall song from trying to be Joe Rogan Jr. over there.
I do like him in the Fast and Furious movies.
I stopped watching Fast and the Furious after the 20th one. I think the Tokyo Drift lost me.
That one was the worst one from what I've seen. Like I think I've watched like realistic like the 4th or the 5th one, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, what is that game back? Was it not Grand Theft Auto, when you could customize the car like Need for Speed?
Yeah.
God, I did like that. That was fun.
I remember it was when I had PlayStation for all of 1 week. Yeah. Oh my God. That's how. Okay. So I remember my dad got it for me for Christmas, and like my parents were like divorced, and my mom is so petty. She's like, "No, I'm not gonna let anything make you happy that he got you."
Oh, that's funny. She's like, "No, you should have been like, no,
And,
my
oh
friend's
my God, that made me
mom
so
gave
mad.
it to me."
And she was like, he's way too happy on that thing. And she's like, not on my watch.
Well, you should have learned from then. You'd be like, no, my friend gave it to me, or
no,
cousin Bobby.
Because he like came over for a little bit
to
like stop by once in a while.
I would have been like, Dad, keep this on the down low, sneak it through the window.
That was Crush. I like it was the Need for Speed Underground 2.
Oh yeah,
where you could like customize the fucking Escalades and race them and shit.
So I don't even know the name of the car now, but I know what it looks like and I know what I like. It's like the Mazda 45G 6R. I don't know what it was, but I could custom make it and it look good.
I don't even know if they were like real cars, but they look cool.
Probably are. They have to be. Because all those the car people out there.
Oh yeah, they'd have a fit.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. But go back to fighting. Did you watch the Masvidal fight?
I did. Well, I watched the not live, but I
saw all the.
That was rough because I like him.
I know. He's like he's one of my favorite fighters just because of the whole Scarface thing and it's just like I
like how he started off with like bare knuckle, like kind of like how Kimbo did.
I watched that. Back when I used to work at this bar, I used to watch the Kimbo Slice in the backyard, when he was doing the backyard fighting stuff. I just thought Kimbo was, because that's all I saw was on YouTube. My old boss was like showing me, and I was just mesmerized. And then I remember, I don't know if it was Kimbo's first fight, because at that time I wasn't like...
Because he was on The Ultimate Fighter. I watched that. I remember I was in high school when that season came out.
Well, which fight did he do when he went to the UFC? And I don't know if it was his debut or not.
He knocked out Houston Alexander, I think.
Okay, then
I could be. I'm probably wrong, but I know he fought Houston Alexander. I don't know if he won or not.
Well, the one I saw, I was so shocked because I was like so pumped, like, oh my God, I'm gonna watch Kimbo fight live, and then all of a sudden,
because everybody watched his street fight videos online.
Well, like, I blinked and it was gone. Did. He got knocked out. Yeah. Damn. I don't know which fight that was, but I remember just being so shocked because I was just like, what happened? I didn't even know. I was like, wait a minute, is this on commercial?
That's how heavyweights are. Like, it just takes, like, because they're so big and fucking strong. All
and he's not doing what is it, street fighting? He's doing like professionals that train. I mean, not saying that street fighters don't, but you know what I mean? Like,
but they have, I mean, they pay a lot of money to have trainers and nutritionists, and to chisel them and get them like war ready.
Oh goodness, I'd be the fighter that's like sneaking Reese's. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and be like, I smell Reese's on your breath.
I have heard something that really made sense. He's like, when you're going through fight camp, you're like, you don't do that because you think of the other guy. What's he doing? Yeah, like, I bet he's not doing that, and that makes you like, because you're about to go to war with him.
Well, Jorge.
And he's like, well, I'm gonna wake up an hour earlier than him, and
Well, that's all we'll get you.
But that's just like during fight camp.
Well, Jorge's like going to McDonald's, which
I
can't do that. But it's so funny. He's just like, this is how I do it, eating. But obviously it's not working for him because the past 2 fights. Bless your heart.
Yeah, he got embarrassed.
But hey, we win some and lose some.
Yeah, I like to see Ben Askren get knocked out by Jake Paul.
Oh,
I did enjoy. I like Jake Paul. I like a villain.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, we'll just skip that.
I just like how he leaned into it because Jake Paul.
I didn't even watch it.
I mean Logan Paul. He's like the golden child, and like Jake's always gonna be in the shadows. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna be the bad guy. I get it. It's profitable.
See, I've had a conversation with somebody, and they're like, UFC is just like, it's trash. Boxing's the best fight. I'm like, dude, I've never heard of a UFC fight getting rigged.
Especially back in the boxing back in the 80s and the 90s. Oh my God.
It's like rigged.
During the mob days and stuff.
Yeah, and just only get punched in the face or this or that. UFC is like straight up fighting. I mean, of course there are some rules, but these people work too hard to fix a fight.
And they don't get paid. And they
don't get paid that much after the trainer.
And there's so many of them now too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is true.
I like that one show. I think it's called Animal Kingdom or Kingdom. Fuck.
Call it Animal Kingdom. Fuck.
No, I'm
just
trying.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. that YouTube channel has an age restriction on it.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I can't get on there. You know?
No, but it's about like a father who was like a retired UFC fighter, and his two sons fought in the UFC, and it shows kind of like the regular fighter, like growing up, or not growing up, but like how he lives when he's like at the bottom of the barrel.
No, I got you.
And like how they're like poor as fuck. And like every fight, Matt, like they have to fight to eat.
Well, in what is it, in Thailand, I want to say? I was watching this documentary on Showtime. I forgot the name, but I'll try to remember it. But they, like, they had like a gram of meth or something or coke, they get life in prison. Okay.
Yeah.
They could go kill someone and they get like maybe 5 years. But these people get a chance to fight for their freedom.
No, I like that.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of sad and good. At least they have a chance. But
I'm a big advocate for letting a guy that's killed 15 people walk the street. I like that.
Well, I'm talking about they already could have walked the streets. I meant like the one that had like the smallest amount of drugs that got life in.
Oh, I thought it was like the fucking like the Thailand butcher. Like he wins and they let him out, and it's like, oh good.
He's already going to get out after 5 years. They have like they don't care about if you kill someone.
The most notorious killer, like you just said, if that's hilarious. I like that.
Thank God you don't run a country.
Oh, I'd be corrupt the second I get in there.
Yeah, I'm like, can I give you this and just give me a day in jail?
I would have the most fucked up laws.
Well, I'd have some fun laws.
But it would be really fun.
Be legal.
Yeah, all drugs would be legal.
Yeah, I'd have to force my sister to smoke every day so she can be a little more relaxed.
You go to jail if you don't do cocaine.
Besides the animals, don't put the animals in there. That's funny. But you have to watch that documentary. It is pretty good. Like these people have to fight consistently and win.
That does sound. I will watch.
So you can win like 4 fights, and the main one that matters, and you lose, you go back to life in prison. It's like it's already stressful.
That's like a fight to the death.
That's what I say. It's already stressful enough trying to win or lose, but then it's also like your freedom. So it's like, woo.
Yeah, it's not like like losing in the UFC. It's like it's a bummer. Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's gonna be another one or whatever. It's like fuck, like you're literally fighting like for your life.
Yeah, thank God we don't have that in America, but I'm sure some people would love to take that.
Oh, I've heard of like. Shit, they've talked about it in the fucking news about prison guards doing fight, like betting on prison fights.
Oh, I'm sure about that. I'm sure there's a lot of corruption in there.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother.
One of my buddies was a corrections officer, and he's like, "You're not in control of them. You just coexist with them. That's all it is. Like you don't run anything in there. There's just so many of them, and they're really smart."
Well, I mean, if you think about it, man, if they really wanted to gang up, with the little...
They could if they wanted to.
I guess they don't have automatic guns either.
I mean, they would eventually, people, they get back up, but it wouldn't matter in the moment.
Well, I've heard to get in, become friends with the guys, the officers, so they can bring you a cell phone or bring you some Dr. Pepper.
That's the only way it comes. That's the only way it comes in. It's through like drugs and contraband and shit. It's the only way it comes in is through the guards.
Oh my gosh, I saw on this show the night of HBO. It's awesome, where the guy has to kiss this girl and she's like, they're giving her the drugs, and then all of a sudden he has to process it out. And then that's how they transfer the drugs. And you're just thinking,
damn.
It's a process. It's a process.
That sounds wild.
Very lucky we don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, gosh. That's like, even I caught myself the other day. I mean, outside cursing God because my DoorDash wasn't here.
But at least did you acknowledge afterwards that?
Yeah, I screamed at him when he was late.
No. No. You're like, I'm not going to tip you. No, like after that, because sometimes I have like a little diva moment, like, oh my goodness, like, my Dr. Pepper froze in the freezer. And then I'm thinking,
I always do think back and think of perspective. And I'm like, I acted like a child.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, man, I'm upset because I just wasted my last Dr. Pepper in the house, but I could go get when I have a car. Those are the small things. I'm just lucky to... just exist in America right now. It's just we have so much freedom.
It's
some people
crazy.
might think differently, but that's cool. But it's nice that
they don't fucking know. The amount of virtue signaling I see online is just mind blowing.
Oh. Well, it's so weird. This is kind of off a little bit, but I was talking about something about someone was telling me you could buy a piece of land, like a brick in Ireland, and then you call them a lord or a lady.
Yes, I've heard
that.
I've heard the commercial for it on Pandora, and I was thinking about doing it.
Never Googled it, never looked it up on my phone, just verbally said it like me and you are talking. Next thing you know, later that day, comes up on my advertisement about buying a piece of land.
That happens all the time.
Well, I know from Google, like searching, I knew.
This is crazy, and this happened. Like, there's 4 of us at work. We were talking about buying some kind of like saw or tool or something like that. Next thing I know, I have a Home Depot advertisement. I'm like, that's fucking weird. I don't like that.
It's like, how can I get Jorge Masvidal at my front door? It's not working.
Yeah,
that didn't work, but
yeah, that's so weird.
It is creepy. I mean, but I guess that's a life right now.
That's what is it like that? Because of the Patriot Act, they can do whatever they want. They can just say it's a matter of national security.
Yeah, but when I start thinking like that and getting like the whole conspiracy theorist that's in my head, I try to think, because someone did say this to me, like, they're not after you, and it's like, that's right. I mean, but if they wanted to,
but I think
they can.
They're just getting a mass database of everybody. I have a joke about that when I'm like, that's why the government hates us. They know our search history.
I know. Sometimes, I swear, sometimes when I want to Google some crazy stuff, I always try to get a friend or someone that's with me, because I'm like, I don't want that on my search engine. I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm that weird. It's just curiosity. It's like.
But yeah, they see what we watch, and the government is disgusted by us.
They're like, we need to try.
That's why they're oppressing us.
But aliens.
So I've definitely not gone down the YouTube rabbit hole lately. But no, like CNN, ABC, Fox, like all like the major things have been putting out videos from the Pentagon and the Navy of actual things that they've caught. And apparently in June they're going to release a bunch of stuff that we've never seen before. Well, that came with the COVID bill.
Oh, did it? Well, I heard something that was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so awful with time thinking. Oh, sorry, so awful with time thinking about it. It was like at least like 6 years ago, someone was reading that NASA released a statement saying within the next, it was 10 or 20 years, that this information you will know about life on other planets is going to come out. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I do believe Bob Lazar's story.
Which one? I know it all. I've watched it, but I'm so bad with names.
He worked at S4.
How long ago was this story?
In the late 80s.
Okay.
He went on Rogan and talked about it.
Okay.
About how he worked on the actual craft, and
oh, I didn't see that.
Their job was to back engineer how they make their shit, because they have they can produce gravity, and we can't do that.
Oh, well, I'll have to get that information later, because I want to see that.
And I mean, he's stuck to the same story for 30 years. I mean, he actually did. They tried to discredit him, but like they went back and dug, and he actually did work there.
Well, do you believe in like the Men in Black? Not Will Smith and what's his name, Jones?
But there are probably people of national security or intelligence
like a whole different
that are going to show up or follow you.
Yeah, just to kind of tell you to hush. There was this oh goodness, I can't believe I can't remember this documentary. I watched it like 15 times, and I'm not gonna lie, recently when I started watching, I was like, you know what, I don't know if this might be a little out there. It's Extraordinary. It's this guy, he's like documented all these like 300 or something documented events where his medicine bottle like melted from the inside, his leg where he's supposed to have surgery, his bar was actually outside burnt, and then the doctor was like, I don't know how your leg got healed overnight. Or not overnight, it was like the next few days. He's like, this is impossible, I have no idea. And then he had video of these little creatures and like people calling them. And at the first time I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. They have documents. I mean, I'm telling you, every time someone came over,
because you want to believe so bad.
You visually see these things, but after like the 16th or 17th time, I'm starting to say, you know what? Now I know you can edit so much videos and change things.
Yeah,
it's so hard to see what to believe what's real. But when
that's why
CNN's coming out with it,
I didn't believe it until the Pentagon or
oh yeah,
our government came out and were like, yeah, we don't know what they are. And
I mean, there's just no doubt. I mean, think about oh gosh. the temples and stuff that have like the hieroglyphics on there with the big heads, the spaceship, when that stuff's not even around.
Like, they were saying like when they went down to like the deepest parts of the pyramids and stuff or whatever, and they're like, how can they see? You can't. There's no oxygen.
I believe
there's no oxygen down there. You can't have a torch. It would burn out and it'd suck up all the oxygen out of there.
Oh, I definitely believe there's some things in the water.
How did they? Oh. That is actually where they say it. Okay. They come up.
I cut hair. I have a client. Okay, and he used to do be former CIA, and he told me that he had this friend that worked for like some Russian intelligent thing and told him that it was him and two other guys doing scuba diving, just practicing their things. And all of a sudden they were doing what they normally do, and they see this long, lanky creature, kind of human but not, with no helmet, no kind of material to help breathe or anything. And then he said right when they noticed it, they got pushed up. One of the guys died because of, what is it called? The bubble.
Like the pressure,
yes,
whatever.
They didn't, do it properly. So, oh God, I forgot the name of it. But you know what happens. You can die from that. Yeah. And the other two guys lived, and they were told not to talk about it.
Weren't they going?
I mean, this is, he said, she said, I mean.
Wait a minute. Weren't they going down there to get like a sunken ship or something like that?
Well, that might have been it. This is a story that's been...
matter of fact, I do know what you're talking about now that I'm thinking about it. It's I think the divers went down there to get like a sunken ship or
that might have been like another story too.
And then they did get shot back up.
And that's...
But I didn't know that one of them died. That's pretty wild.
Well, that might even been a difference, But for him to say that, and I believe him, I know that's... Someone told me that someone told him, but still, someone with that reputable kind of like that status is telling you that. I mean, hello, I believe it.
I do like to do, but like when I look at stuff, I'll look at it's like, okay, he's ex-British intelligence for defense. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
He's not just some fucking crazy guy in the middle of nowhere that
he might be.
got abducted. That's probably why they abduct like stupid people, and they're like, they're not gonna believe them.
Oh, exactly. It's like, or if they're not, they're gonna make them look stupid.
Since they're like so much smarter than us.
Well, I went to oh gosh, that movie Paul with Seth Rogen as an alien. It's super cute. It's funny.
God damn it.
It's okay. Just cough it out. Well, in
See,
this
we're
movie,
talking about
and it's getting you choked up. Yeah, they're like, hush. They can hear you through your cell phone.
I know.
Well, I went to
it's fucking China,
Nevada, and rented a car and drove all the way and went to the extraterrestrial highway.
No, that's pretty cool.
Hit up all those little alien shops.
Because why wouldn't you?
I mean, hello, I know.
You're right there. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Nevada, things are illegal, and you can just ride and drive and, ride maybe and smoke.
Yeah.
And stop in the place, and there's like little alien little shops and stuff.
Yeah.
And then my main goal was to go to this place called Little Alien or Little Alien Inn, and it was in that movie Paul. I mean, literally like 295 miles without a gas station. Okay, no signal.
That's like some Hills Have Eyes shit.
Yeah, and someone told me like, no, there's some inbred people out there, so don't get pulled over.
Because they have radiation from fucking back in the 40s, 30s, or whatever.
I was driving with a friend at the time, and And I was like, oh my goodness, like this is so exciting. They're like, what you gonna do? You know, like well, if we get attacked, I'm like, I don't want to, but it's just cool, and you know, it's just that I love scary movies. I'd have a heart attack if I saw an alien, but still, it's like, but little alien in it's so cute. You have to watch the movie Paul. But there's like that scene in the movie that they're there. I mean, literally, we drove all that way, and I was so hungry because. We passed a McDonald's. I was like, we should go there. And the person I was with was like, oh, no. There'll be another McDonald's on the way. And I'm thinking.
Another McDonald's on the way?
Exactly. Well, you think McDonald's is everywhere. Well, we thought at least there'd be some kind of stop. Then there was this gas station, the last gas station before 300 miles. So you better gas up now.
Yeah. Does it have a sign that tells you that?
Yes. And there was a Subway, and I'm not joking. If you don't believe in aliens, go down to that gas station and eat at that Subway, and I'm telling you, you will believe in aliens. I don't even know. I mean, they literally look. I mean, they were just weird. Their skin was like purple. No, just the people that worked at the Subway. I still haven't eaten a Subway since then. I'm not joking. They, you know, I'm trying to think like one of those.
I don't trust Subway because they convinced America that eating a whole loaf of bread is healthy for you. And, the fuck.
And the slogan, the man that's
yeah, he was not a good he was not a good guy.
Exactly. But I'm not saying mean about the people looking like it, but you have to go there. I'll just say they weren't the cleanest either, and let me just tell you, this person I went with, they didn't even eat the Subway, and they would eat anything. Yeah. So so we went to Little Alien. I looked around, and I was so hungry, and I was thinking, there's no way there's that much food coming out here. There's not that many people. And I looked in the kitchen. I was like, you know what? I can just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I did drive out there, and there was the meanest lady like, can I help you? And I just wanted to like just take it all in. I drove like 300.
Oh, they probably hate everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And everything.
They did.
I would too if I lived out there.
That's true.
That's a place to visit.
I don't know what they do out there. I mean, I really don't. They had little mini, which was cute, but little trailers they would rent for a hotel, you know. But who's passing by there?
God, what are they doing?
What do you do?
Oh my God, you have to sit and talk to your family.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
which is your best friend, but it's also your sister, but she's about to be your wife.
Also
you
your
know?
wife. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was a great experience. And then I tried to go to Area 51. Okay. You had to do it on the mile marker because you don't have any GPS, and then you have to turn at the stop sign.
So like it kills GPS too.
Oh, it does.
Oh God.
So then you have to make this left, right in this literally
and you've
desert.
Never been there before.
No, desert in a rent-a-car with like some Volkswagen, like I think it was like a Jet or a Passat, going around these dirt roads in the desert. And I was thinking, and they're like, make sure if you get to the fence, get out. You have to make sure you don't get to the place or they'll shoot you. And I was like, you know what?
They actually will.
Yeah, that's why I went as far as I could that I can remember left, right. And I was like, you know what? This is good. I'm going to take a mental picture and I'm done. So I got close enough.
The government did like a big land grab. Matter of fact, it might have been after Bob Lazar went public with everything, after he left working there.
See, I know that name sounds familiar. I have to look back. I'm sure because I'm a big, conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I mean,
in a healthy.
I'm not.
way.
Yeah, I'm not into QAnon.
Oh God, no, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Right.
No offense to people that. I mean, there's a documentary about that on Showtime.
We shit on Q on this show.
Oh my God! I mean, honestly,
I had an Uber driver who was full Q. He didn't fucking. As soon as I got in, he jammed it in dry. He was like, "So it's all the Jews' faults, right?" And I'm like,
bless
"What?"
his little heart. Bless.
And he was like a 40-year-old man. I'm like, "Oh, you let Facebook rot your brain out over the quarantine, didn't you?"
Oh, I mean, I don't even understand. I mean, I could just. That's.
Oh, I know.
You see these women like, oh my God, like they're eating babies.
They think Donald Trump is going underground in these tunnels and like fighting off Hillary Clinton and saving these kids.
Yeah,
and he was doing the Charleston with fucking Epstein for 30 years.
I was about to say, there literally was this guy. I forgot one of his friends that said he looked at his daughter and said, if
she wasn't my daughter, I'd...
No, that's his daughter. That's disgusting on so many levels.
Yeah.
But he looked at his friend and said, oh, yeah, come over here because you'll be one of my girlfriends in the next couple of years or something like that. And I'm thinking, dude, I'd punch you.
That's
maybe I wouldn't because you'd probably sue me, but
yeah.
I'd think about it and talk some shit,
That's yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, yeah,
Christians are loving, and again, don't hate me,
the most
dolls.
judgmental people on the planet.
This man talks about grabbing you by the pussy, cheating on his beautiful wife while she's pregnant with the porn star. I mean, that doesn't matter. Go get it, boy. But I mean, like, this is the person you're saying is godly and God put in office.
He has humiliated his wife so many times. I feel bad for. Hey, she did the ultimate hustle.
Oh, about not getting in the White House.
No, about how she stayed patient.
Well, she changed her prenup. That whole thing about she was waiting for something before she moved into the White House. She was going to wait and stay in her place. Well, what I heard is allegedly that she was changing her prenup. Before she moved in.
I wouldn't want to move in the White House. That's a fucking spooky ass Scooby-Doo house.
Well, I would actually want to move in because of that. I like that. I like the creepy underground stuff. Oh my God.
I don't want fucking Abe Lincoln looking at me when I'm fucking.
Oh my God. Hey, how do you know he's not doing it now? He's a spirit. He's gonna follow your ass up. But no, I'd love to. Oh yeah, I love the little secret passages places.
I like those.
Like the Munsters with Grandpa with the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I like to stay for like a weekend.
Yeah. Probably a week, and after that you get bored.
Yeah.
I want to find all the little.
Then it's time to come back home.
I always wanted a hidden bookshelf in my house.
Where is it at? It is.
Give the location of the hidden bookshelf.
I'm trying to tell you what neighborhood it is. I can't remember. Anyways. He had a thing where it's a bookshelf and you can push it and it goes into a little room.
See, I went
and that's pretty cool.
My friend's house, my friend took me to this house and had that. And they just had like barely anything in there. And they're like, oh yeah. Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so much fun. It wouldn't be hidden because I'd just be like, oh, everyone come see my head.
I know. It'd be impossible not to because it's not like I'm hiding like dead bodies in there. I'm like, this is cool. And that's the secret. That's the secret compartment below the hidden.
Because you're really a part of Q, aren't you?
I am Q.
Hey, I'm telling you, since you are laughing at that, there is like a I think it's a 6-part documentary on.
Didn't Vice do it?
It might have been, but it was this guy who went years working with the guy, and then the guy who did what is that thing called? Space Force. It was that streaming device. Gen 4. Anyway, it's a pretty interesting documentary. It doesn't kind of come out who Q is, but if you got a brain, you can pretty much figure it out.
I think it's like someone like maybe like a Steve Bannon.
No, this guy tried to make it look like he's Steve Bannon. It's this weird ass little fucker. I'm just gonna say, he is.
No, you can say literally whatever you want on the show. I don't give a fuck.
He is. He's a creeper. And he has a son, and it's a really interesting.
Most of those people in Q were off anyways.
Yeah,
a lot of them are schizophrenic.
There's no doubt.
A lot of them.
They're like, these people are hiding and eating babies and
staying in your house for a year didn't help.
Oh, I know, it made it worse. And then they're like, well, that same it's where Q was posting. What is it called?
The Q drops.
Yeah, but where it was a website he was actually posting on. I forgot what it's called. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the dark web, so pretty much, or like you can get on there and sell people.
You have to like know how to like access it.
And she was being interviewed, and they're like, "Do you know that same place where he's doing the Q drops? They're selling, child pornography and all that." And they're like, "Oh, no." And it's like, oh my goodness, it's just sad. They lose their family, their job.
Yeah, people that go full Q.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get all in the political stuff. I think all of this hate stuff is wrong.
Oh yeah, I've said that ad nauseum on this show about how silly.
Well,
and none of it really matters.
It's just crap.
It doesn't matter. Like we know who runs the country, like big pharma, people like that.
Oh, that's. Man, we could go on about that too. Finally, weed's becoming legalized. They made that awful.
They were.
My ADD kicked
I think they were. I think they're finally like, fine. Like, here, shut up.
Still, I mean, it's sad. It's still taking forever. I mean,
I think they'll have to federally legalize it for, places like North Carolina and Georgia, places like that. I feel
like it should be coming. I saw something that they said that they were looking
Alabama and like real fucking southern Christian places that are just, they're not changing their mind about anything.
I did see something. I've been seeing this for the past 2 years, really, or even longer, about like, they're trying to put in a bill to pass and make it legal. But about for North Carolina, it'll be a beautiful day.
They've been talking about that so much. Like it comes to a vote. Like, I think we got like medicinal, I think, something like that.
Well, I know we have like the CBD stuff, but that's pretty much.
I've heard people talking about Delta 8, and it's like.
Oh, I heard that. I'm like.
And it's like, dude, out of everybody you don't know anyone that sells weed.
I know. Well, some people, I totally agree with that. I don't think that's for people like us, but I feel like it's some people that have jobs that
they just want to dip their toe in it.
Yeah, well, they can't have THC show up in their system, so they have something. But I don't know. I just feel
that's why you take the pills. You need to be productive when you're at work.
What pills? The cleans you out?
No, I'm talking about like the good ones. The narcotics.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I went like right over my head. I was thinking, I was like, I wouldn't trust those clean, those.
I've said that to like people, and I can keep like a straight face when I say that. And I was like, people talking about weed, and I'm like, I'm a big advocate of pill heads, coke heads. I like productivity.
Yes, you're like snorting it all up. No, I love to say things just to see what people say. Well, the bad thing is sometimes people take you serious, but I don't give a crap.
Yeah, and then I've said it a bunch of times. People like, COVID's not real. We all know that.
Well, what's so sad is there's some people that do believe that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's wild. And then they believe everything they hear from Daddy Trump, which is I think it's funny that it's still a thing.
Oh, what? They call him Daddy Trump?
No, some of them probably do.
I know some women probably have.
But like some people are still like, no, he won the election.
Oh, I know somebody that would tell us, by January he's going to be in. When January came, I love this guy to death, but he was like, we're like, well, what about now? And he's like, no, February. Mark, you wait and see.
It always gets pushed back.
Yeah, it's like, okay, listen.
It's like, maybe it's not coming.
4
and Trump
years,
don't give a fuck. He's good. He's a sociopath. Like, he's always gonna land on his feet, and he's a billionaire. Like,
well,
he don't give a
fuck.
I've
said in this podcast is documentary. There was a great documentary about him and how literally he's got names on buildings and he doesn't even own them.
Yes, I did see it. Like, they showed all of the buildings, and I don't even think he owns half of them.
Well, it was really sad in Atlantic City.
He does own some of them, but
it was
not
his name
all of them.
is mostly. I think in New York City. No, I mean I'm so bad. I watched that whole documentary and I retained it, but then you forget because you watch something else. It's like my ADD.
You ping pong back and forth from the subject. Big banks. Pharma, aliens.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, butterfly.
We do that on the show a lot.
Well, that's welcome to my brain. Oh yeah,
that's all it is people I find interesting fucking pick their brain.
Well, no, I'm just saying my mind's like, oh, blah 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 blah, ADD. Oh, this that. It's like butterfly. Yeah. Oh, Chinese food.
That's why it's hard for me. Like, I can't sit down and make myself write. It will not happen. I have to be like, and then write it down.
No, I got you.
And then like, okay, and then I'll come back and write it down. Because if I don't write it down, it'll slip my mind and it'll be gone forever, and I hate that.
Same thing here, but I just haven't been able to write it down. So it's gone forever. I'm like, wait, I'm gonna write it down, and then I'm like, oh shit, what was I gonna write down?
Yeah, I know. I've had so many good jokes that I've thought of, and I'm like, I'm gonna write it down here in a minute, and then.
Have you watched the Marvelous Mrs Maisel?
I've heard a lot of people tell me I need to watch it.
It's so cute.
A lot of people tell me I need to watch it.
I love it because as a female, when you watch movies or a TV show and you get all in it and you just after you watch Spider-Man, you want to go around slinging web around thinking you're Spider-Man. If you don't, I don't do that either.
It's like like people watch Rocky and I think there's a giant spike in people who join boxing gyms.
Well. when I watched Marvelous Mrs Maisel, I was like, oh, I want to be a comedian. And then, none of my stuff was, I thought it was funny. I never even spoke in front of people, but, I laughed at my jokes, and that's all that matters.
Oh, you bombed.
Well, no, I didn't even do it. It only lasted a week. I was like, I started writing my own jokes, and then I realized it was all about one friend, and you had to actually be friends with her to think it's funny. So then I was like, you know what?
It was like inside jokes.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll just stick to hair and belly dancing and entertaining, but not in that way, I'll leave the comedy to you, yeah?
People ask me all the time, they're like, oh, I want to get into comedy. What should I do? I'm like, don't.
I know, if you're asking
it's
that.
It's not for everybody. Sometimes even I question why I do it.
Oh, I think it's funny. Who's your favorite? Well, do you like Lisa Lampanelli?
I do.
I used to. I still like her, but when she got all sensitive and lost weight and didn't want to pick on people anymore,
it was because she was cool and everything, but they started to get she was like, Jesus Christ, guys, what the fuck? That's not who she is.
Well, I loved her.
And I think it was Whitney Cummings. She was saying she'd go backstage and Lisa Lamp was weeping. She held it together, but she was like, this fucking kills me to do this.
Why, to pick on people like that?
No, the shots they were taking at her, because it wasn't true. Her being such a whore and all this. And it's
she's the one saying it.
But I think I forgot what they were going after, but it fucked with her.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. Because I always thought she was funny. In Nutty Professor or in Reggie Warrenton or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's like, pick me, and telling him to pick on him. If I went to a Lisa Lampanelli concert, that's what I would do. I'd be like, Lisa, pick on me, please.
No, when I go to especially, oh my God, especially as a comedian, I am not sitting in the fucking front row.
Oh, I'll totally sit at your front row because I love it. Oh, yeah, pick on me.
Which I usually don't.
Well, nowadays it's probably hard to because everyone's so sensitive.
No, it's just I'll have moments here, unless I see something ridiculous, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's thinking it.
You're like, oh yeah.
Or unless there's someone drunk who yells something out at me, and then I'll come because they're drunk, and I'm for the most part I'm pretty straight on stage. Mm-hmm. I might have a beer or two.
Or those pills or whatever.
Yeah. Do a little bump in the bathroom or something.
Just the normal stuff, Just the norm.
So if you mix it together right, you can keep it together.
Yeah, and then you're really funny then,
It's like a perfect storm.
Are they still doing comedy shows over at, oh, God. Was it the Crow?
Dead Crow?
Yeah.
They, I heard, which I heard it was spring, then I heard it was whatever.
So they're apparently not even open now.
It's going to be in June because they moved.
They moved?
Yeah.
Where?
You know where the scooter store used to be, right across from the Scotchman downtown?
Yeah.
That's where it's going to be. And
okay.
Apparently
bigger.
And like I said, from what I've heard, I don't know. Like I said, I'll see when I get there. But apparently they're gonna have a restaurant type thing in there, and it's gonna be awesome. Open 24. Oh, that'd be all. They're gonna be open 7 days a week instead of just Wednesday to Sunday.
We need a comedy club like that. I like the Dead Crow, but it was small.
Cool, but yeah,
I just didn't feel like
they were getting big names.
Well, I was about to. Oh my God, I wanted to see Pauly Shore so bad I didn't get a chance to go.
A lot of people sleep on him. His mother, Mitzi Shore, is the godmother of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
She ran the Comedy Store.
Well, there was a
Richard
reality
Pryor,
show.
Robin Williams. Jay Leno. On and on and on. And Letterman.
It's still open though.
She ran that shit. She's the king.
Well, there was a reality show. You have to Pauly Shore to kind of know this because it went I think one season and that was it. But it was called the Comedy Shop or the Comedy Store, and it was following him around talking about that and how it's haunted and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that.
I guess he lives in Vegas, and since we're going to Vegas in July, I told my friend Pamela that goes out with us for the fights. And
well, he grew up in the Comedy Store.
Yeah, I was like,
so he had no other option than to be funny.
Yeah, it's like me with hair.
You grew up with the best comedians ever.
That's how I am with hair. I grew up in it. And obviously, that's.
See, I didn't grow up with comedians. I just grew up with terrible people.
So you had to find some type of humor, right? You used comedy as your outlet.
They were the funniest people I've ever met, but just couldn't get it together.
Well, hey, at least you got something out of it to make it a comedy. My ADD kicked in, let me tell you. So Pauly Shore, I was like, let's go see maybe his stand-up. My friend's like, oh, disgusting. You can do that yourself. And I'm thinking, oh, poor Polly, don't like him.
People say that, and then it's like, I'm going to go there and try it.
Oh, I would love it.
And, people say, they're like, oh, he's not that funny. I could do better. And it's like, oh, you have no idea.
It's his style. I love Son-in-Law.
Oh, that movie he was in?
Oh, God, I could watch that movie I have over and over. And Sinbad, not a lot of people like Sinbad, but I saw Sinbad live.
I like that
twice.
I like that. Well, this was when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since. Where he was like the president's son's bodyguard.
The first kid.
I love
that movie. It was cute. It was cute.
I like that movie.
Yeah, and there's a house guest one. I love that movie. I watch it over and over. I can like quote the movie lines. Oh, actually, I do.
That's how I'm with like Anchorman.
Oh, it's cute. I like Anchorman.
I can quote just about every line in that movie.
I love Inglourious Bastards.
I like that.
God, that's a good movie.
They were a real group of people.
Well,
in the military.
God, it was. I just love. It was. Who was that director? It wasn't
Quentin Tarantino.
Was it? Okay. I like his style, but I love that movie, and I love Christoph Waltz. He's such an amazing actor.
And I liked him in Django a lot too.
I did too. You know, he's even cute. Even he's like 5'7", and I'm like 5'10". You know, and I'm like, it will work. I'll chill. You know, I won't wear heels that day. You know?
I'm 5'9", and I dated a girl that was 6'1".
See, hey, that's awesome. You know, it's all it is, and confidence. Exactly.
I like because she would be self-conscious about wearing heels. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Somebody told me, I was like working at this lounge, and this lady that worked at the restaurant, she's like, Samantha, she was like, I've got you a doctor to introduce you to, and I'm like, okay, and she's like, don't wear heels. And this was like, this is like been like 13 years ago. And I was like, what? She's like, no, he don't like women to wear heels. I said, oh, Miss Peck, he won't like me then. I said, because I wear heels.
Yeah.
But he's a doctor. I said, Miss Peck, I don't care. I love my heels.
Yeah.
I don't wear heels as much as I used to. But still, if a girl wants to wear heels, you can't tell me what to wear.
Yeah, that's the last thing I'm going to do is tell anybody what to do.
I don't care what career you have.
I don't let anybody tell me what to do. Exactly. I'll be damned if I tell somebody what to do.
It's like change your attitude. How does that work?
Yeah, I don't
change my shoes if you change your attitude.
It's like I don't listen to anybody. How could I expect someone to listen to me?
Well, my ADD kicked in when I was saying about being, being in the family. Mm-hmm. I was cutting hair at like 6 years old, doing Barbies and my friends when I could, because my grandfather started our hair business in 1955. My grandmother was one of the first lady barbers in North Carolina.
That's really cool.
My aunts, uncles, my mom owns our shop now. So it's been, like I said, it started in 1955. And while I'm saying I'm not cutting hair as a child, I was cutting hair. So, so now I've been legally cutting hair for like 10 years. So you guys got to come check me out.
Where can they find you?
Ernie's Hair Care.
Oh my God. My granddaddy used to get his hair cut from there.
Really? You know how? Are you joking?
Okay. I'm not. That's
Hunter,
awesome.
It's so cute because I have done so many people's
hair. I've always heard him talk about Ernie.
Oh my God! What's his name?
Bob Alexander.
See, okay, I probably know him.
He taught at New Hanover. Then when Hoggard opened, he was the music director.
Oh well, my mom probably knows him because she went to New Hanover.
She would definitely know him because he was the Voyager singing group at Hoggard.
No, but
it's they're like the best choral group in New Hanover County. Well, he started it when Hoggard opened.
Well, my mom went to New Hanover. She probably did. She probably does know. Yeah. I'll have to ask you that again because I'll forget his name. I'm like, text me that, Hunter.
But everybody called him Mr. A.
Mr. A? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, there's been so many people that, like, I remember growing up, like, picking on them or, tying their, or trying to sell them candy or something as like a kid, and now I'm cutting their hair. It's like third generation.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And then a lot of people will say, "Oh, my dad or my grandfather or my probably more like their dad. Their first haircut was with my grandfather." I've had that so many times. Like, "Oh my God, my brother or my."
I probably have been there.
Before Ernie gave him my first haircut, and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." So it was in my blood. I'm like the Pauly Shore of hair,
Yeah.
But hopefully my hair's better than his stand-up, which I like. I like his stand-up.
I haven't seen a stand-up in a while.
Well, I shouldn't say a stand-up. I like Pauly Shore's movies. And
I'm sure his material's gotten better. I don't think he stopped doing stand-up.
Well, I follow him on Instagram. And he'll put his little stories up, and I just because I like, you know, like I said, Son-in-Law and all those Encino Man, all those movies, you know, he can just say, "Hey, brother, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, Polly," you know.
I think I'd probably nerd out if I saw Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon, who's that guy? I probably know. I'm so bad with names.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
He's definitely.
Your favorite?
Hot. He's hot right now.
Okay.
He's hot right now.
Gotcha.
He started popping a few years ago when he was in Rolling Stones. It was like the top 10 comedians you should be watching right now.
Okay.
And he's fucking crushing. He's making like $130,000 a month just on Patreon.
Oh.
That's like
what's Patreon?
It's the best way to explain it to people. It's OnlyFans for comedians.
OnlyFans for
or podcasters.
Hold on. I mean, are you saying like they're comedians that do sexual favors? No. Okay. I was like, well, there's a website for everyone, isn't there?
It's like you get like bonus content.
I know. I'm just picking on it.
I mean, hey, there are
new
some
concept.
There are comedians that aren't doing it with their jokes.
I know.
I might be one of them soon.
Oh gosh, check out your what is it? What did you say it was? Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah,
he's fucking crushing it. He does like an extra podcast episode a week.
Comedies only or comedians only instead of fans only. You know.
Yeah, that would probably sell.
I'm gonna patent that. You'll be one of my first members on there.
I would definitely do it.
I'll be the madam of comedians.
I think I'm definitely the prettiest comedian in Wilmington.
See? You know, for me, bringing me on the show, I'm definitely going to agree with you. You know, I'll say all in North Carolina if you bring me back again, you know.
I always make sure I tell everyone, it's like, you better fucking agree with everything I say.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, he's got this gun pointing at me under the table. I don't think y'all see this, but,
that's
you know.
That's actually.
It's like, yes, Hunter, you're right. Yes.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yes, the best comedian. Yeah. In Wilmington. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of a Tuesday night, drum circle, you know,
yes,
throwing stuff.
They all do ayahuasca.
You know, I've never done it, and
I haven't either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a hallucinogen type of person.
I am.
Are you?
Yes.
You know, I did.
I did mushrooms one weekend and came up and did the logo.
I did mushrooms one time. It was a small amount. You know, that's just not my. It's just not my.
I like to go deep. You ever seen the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
The guy I worked with did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were.
It's really hard to do portraits. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, his wife got his Chick-fil-A and we sat in his living room eating Chick-fil-A and he fucking tattooed me.
Well, my friend got my lips tattooed on her arm and we were listening to some, what's that band? Hey Bartender, I really did it. I don't sing, but you know that.
The band is called Rehab.
Okay,
and the song's called Bartender.
They played here in Wilmington years ago.
I remember that. Matter of fact, yes.
They played the song.
I love that place.
It was fun.
And then it got gross.
Yeah.
The floor, like your shoes would stick to the floor.
Yeah. It's nasty.
Yeah.
But they were playing there, and after we heard the one and only song that we knew from them.
One of those that everybody knows. Like, exactly. That was their only song.
They had Smash Mouth come. It was pretty cool. But anyway, my ADD again. So my friend, that was the only time it was kind of like something like that. It was like, oh, want to leave and go tattoo her because she was friends with this guy who was a tattoo artist. So I'm literally in my apartment at the time. It looked like someone was bleeding everywhere because I got red lipstick and I was taking impressions of my lips because I wanted it to look perfect, you know. So I'd put lipstick on, take another one.
Tattooed.
Not on me, but my friend,
right,
you know.
Yeah,
so
that's forever.
I wanted those lips to look good, you know. So it was like I did every type of look I could do.
Until you were like that one.
Yes, you know. So then we went there. It was like late at night. Went to this tattoo shop, did it, and that was fun. It was an interesting thing, but oh yeah, I made sure I took some. Didn't know I could do that many lip movements or, you know, different different looks of my lips.
Probably didn't do, you know, you probably didn't eat a steak the next day.
Oh, you know, I probably did. You know, this girl can eat, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love to cook.
Oh, well, I love to eat. Yeah, but I can cook too a little bit, you know.
I made fajitas last night.
Oh.
With I had some ribeyes in the refrigerator and I'm like, I need to do something with them tonight. And I was like, I don't really want a steak and potato because I had that the other day. And I was like, fuck it, I'll make fajitas. I had bell peppers and onions. So I was like,
I got off work so late. someone cooked me a filet, and this person cooked really good. And but it was like so late. I think I got back to their house like 10:30. You know, but I mean, a filet and some caprese salad. It's delicious.
Yeah. Which I do like the loaded baked potato I got.
I'm not a baked potato person.
You don't? I like to do it up. I do bacon and chop it up and then sprinkle it over top.
I like home fries, fried potatoes, all that, but like the potato skins with that or like a baked potato. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was starving, I would eat it. But if I had options, I wouldn't. But, go back to Drum Circle. Every Tuesday, there's a drum circle. Sometimes they switch it up different places so you can follow the Facebook group.
The same place I do stand-up at, it's the next day there.
Bazaar.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes they switch it up
or
and
it's
do
the Gypsy, if you know.
Yeah, Gypsy Bazaar. Sometimes Ron, who sets the drum circle up, will do it like maybe one place different, just to change the scenery or do something different. But usually it's at the Bazaar now. It's awesome. It's outside, so people are worried about COVID. It's a great time. You don't even have to have a drum or even know how to. Yeah. It's just a place people can come,
and they
connect.
Serve alcohol.
They do serve alcohol. Yeah, they have some weed flavored beer that's so good, and
I haven't tried it, and I've been there a lot. Which I don't get crazy with my beers. I like to try different liquors, but I'll drink like a Budweiser.
See, I like craft beers. This beer, we drank so much of it, they haven't even replaced it yet, and I think they said just because COVID has been bad on like back or
it's hard to get, and it's not just beer. I mean, it's
everything.
Every fucking thing.
Daggone, I'm a hairstylist. When it happened, hair products, honey, I never knew that I was gonna have a panic attack over them not restocking color and gloves, like just basic stuff for hairdressers that you wouldn't even think, we even worry about. I was panicking,
Same
I had to
thing
order it
with electric material.
Everything, pretty much.
People want to move into their house, and it's like, hey, these lights are on back order for another month. Like,
oh my! Could you imagine? I was watching something on, when you or scrolling through Facebook, they went to some different country. I couldn't even think of it right now. And they're on this island, and they're doing this party. People that like to do ayahuasca, something like that. It's like they go there for a week, and they do this party, and they party there for a week, and they go back home. Well, with COVID, they literally got stranded on that island and couldn't go back. But then they had to stay on that, or it's not even like this part of the island because the locals didn't want them to, intertwine or intermingle with them. Oh, it was crazy. And like only a few people it depends on where you're from would, maybe a couple Americans or maybe some Europeans could get back. It was crazy.
That would
awful.
Freak me out.
Yeah, ration of food.
Yeah, I already know. Like, people are like, oh, what if during the apocalypse could you? Fuck no, I could not survive the apocalypse. Are you kidding me? Like,
I could survive. I hope I.
My family is so bad with every one of my mom's side of the family is so directionally challenged. We would all die before we met up together.
Oh, one's this way, one's that way.
Yeah.
Man, I hope. I hope I don't have to go through that, but I feel like I've watched enough zombie apocalypse movie. It's like, gosh.
I have guns, but what happens when I run out of bullets?
True. That's why you carry a knife.
I do have a machete, but it's not sharp. I mean, I'd have to hit him a couple times.
Start sharpening that thing.
I have to hold him down.
Yeah, why he's...
It's like, hold on a second.
As long as it's not the zombies from, World War Z.
Oh, they are...
I would die. I would have a heart attack just from being scared. I'd be like, oh!
They would... I'll tell you what, an NFL recruiter would love them.
Whoa.
They'd probably kill the 40-yard dash. Like, that's the next Cowboys running back.
Oh, I'm telling you. Gosh knows, that movie was pretty good. And I'm shocked that, like, you'd think a zombie movie and Brad Pitt just wouldn't go, but it was actually a pretty...
The only thing I hate about it was PG-13.
Oh, I don't even pay attention. I had an aunt one time. Well, I guess she's still my aunt, but I don't talk to her. She wouldn't even watch a PG movie because it was too vulgar.
I know people like that.
Listen...
It's insane.
Some people have trauma as a kid, and I feel sorry for them. Like, actually had bad stuff happen. My trauma as a kid is when the hurricane came. I had to go with my grandparents. We run from the hurricane, and my mom had to stay here.
We always stayed.
See, well, I wanted to, but my grandma, like, there's a thunderstorm. She's freaking out. So we packed up and we went somewhere, and I was like a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. I mean,
a lot of people don't know, like a lot of younger people don't know how big of a fucking thing that was back then.
That was a cult following.
Yes,
and
I
was part of that cult.
Yeah.
I was in the Buffy fan club. Thank God I wasn't.
That was when you could mail it in.
Oh yeah. I had a little card and everything. Oh my goodness. And
I was part of the Power Rangers fan club.
Oh, I loved it. I used to love the Power Rangers, the pink one.
I forgot which one I liked.
Well, my mother made us stop watching the Power Rangers because it was too violent. I guess there was an incident where these kids were playing.
I thought it was because, when they're like green power, blue power, and the guy goes white power. Oh. Like, that's where I that's where I draw the line.
Oh, God, not now. You can't say that now. No, she said there was like 2 kids that played outside in the snow, and one got hit, and then the boy ran off, and the kid died. So I couldn't watch Power Rangers, but she would let me watch Con Air and Face Off.
Jesus.
I know. It's like, okay. I mean, I'd rather watch those anyway. But,
they are fun movies.
Now as an adult, I'm like, okay, I guess I see the point.
But when I look back, I was like, Jesus Christ, I was exposed to stuff way too young.
But go back to the main idol here, Buffy. So I'm in the mall. I think it was like at the WB store. Mm-hmm. And they had this replica of a steak, okay? And when I was like 7 and 8, I would like break wooden chairs and have as my Buffy steak because I was like killing vampires. I don't care. I'm not scared to admit it. I was a fan.
I would do the same thing. That's hilarious. Like you definitely do. Like when you're a kid and you have like a favorite show or whatever, like you definitely want to be.
Look, that chair right there. Look, that's a perfect steak on the side.
You know what? I got 2 of them, so you can.
Oh, I'll break that chair. I'll still do it today. I saw a chair the other day. I was like, man, that would have been a good steak chair.
The one on the right.
It's already broken.
The decorative. It's already loose from the top. It would not take much, and it would still be usable.
See, I'd be like, Buffy.
It'd still be usable.
Buffy, just come at me and I'm like, and break it. But get my steak back. But you're going to want to do that for me by the end of the story. It's actually really sad. It's traumatic. So I was so happy because we didn't have a WB store here. So it was I had this steak. I was getting it. And this blank, we'll just use
You can say it.
This bitch.
This bitch.
My aunt, that's a bitch. No, she was telling my grandma not to get me that steak because it was the devil and God wouldn't bless her. Like that's like her supporting the devil.
So you killed her. Is that the sad part of the story?
How did you know? Did you already hear the story?
Because you said she used to be your aunt.
No, I said she's still my aunt. Don't like call me out right now.
Oh, I'm gonna cut this up and then put it out.
Now in the
I'm
next
definitely
episode,
take it out of context.
I'm gonna be on Snapped. All she wanted was a Buffy steak. Da 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 dum.
Like you already know what happens, but they're gonna explain it for an hour.
Exactly. But I love those shows. I'm not joking.
Oh yeah.
But no one died, no bloodshed, but there was tears that shed. I'm telling you. I'm still. I mean, look, years later, and I'm still like. That traumatized me. I couldn't get my Buffy steak. There
is some stuff like as a kid, like you really wanted, and then as an adult, I
still want that steak.
I've gotten things that are a little ridiculous that I wanted as a kid.
Like what? Well, see that's how good I had it in
father.
life. Oh. I would have listen. That makes 2 of us, but I didn't want a father. I just wanted the damn steak. It's like, I don't have either. I don't have no daddy. Can I get a steak, please? My grandmother, I swear to God, one year for Christmas, or I think it was Christmas, and my grandma said, "Shug, here," because my sister got married. Oh God, I keep hitting this. I'm a hand user. So my grandma was like, "Here, Shug, here's a little bit more money," because like I said, my sister got married, and I'm looking at her like, "Okay." She's like, you ain't got no daddy and you ain't got no husband, so I'm going to take care of you. And I looked like this. Look, I was like, I had the Grinch smile inside. I was like, to this day, honey, I still use that. I'm like, Mama. This is my grandma. I call her Mama. Can I have a little bit more? I ain't got no daddy and I ain't got no husband. I haven't been married. So, that's why I'm like, I can't get married. I've got to use this on my grandma so I can get stuff,
I think what kids should do when they grow up is blame everything on their parents.
Oh, I'm telling you, Well, I don't have to blame it. Just be like, I just don't have any mom. Next thing I should have used it then if I knew better. And that happened, that's saying that she told me what happened back then. I would have got my damn steak now.
You could have probably got away with it, a couple times, but after the third or fourth time, she was like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh no. She loves it. She gets tickled from it because it's such a joke. But I'm saying I wish I had that information when I was at the WB store with the steak, because I would have pulled that out, but I didn't have that information.
Is that WB store still there?
No. WB's not around anymore. It's the CW, but I still...
That's right. It is.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Why?
Wait, was it because of the racist frog?
I don't know. I think they probably got bought out. What is the race frog off of?
The WB where he's like...
I vaguely remember something like that.
Dave Chappelle has the best bit about it.
Oh, isn't he supposed to have his show back on?
Yeah, I believe so.
Funny.
He got the rights back to his show, which means that there's not been anything out about it, but that means he can make new episodes if he wanted to.
What's
of the
that
Chappelle
movie?
Show.
Super High or the High?
How crazy would that be?
What's that movie they with
How Hot? No, half baked.
Half baked. I love him. He's like Samson. I swear.
I like it goes. We was telling him about his problems. He goes, doctor says I might need a backiotomy.
I just love that Samson. Yeah. I don't know the words now.
That was the same guy who was sitting there like whining about his problems, and he goes, what else did he say? Fuck. It was. I have to watch it, but it's really funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I probably half remember it because I probably was half baked.
Yeah.
No, when I first watched that movie, I thought it was stupid. It's time.
Crazy. It flopped when it first came out.
Well,
but like it didn't really. I mean, like nowadays everybody fucking loves it.
Well, I think it's hilarious now, but the first time I watched it, I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Because they're like floating, and I just felt like it was a little extreme. It was just like, okay, but now it's so
like,
funny.
Cheech and Chong is the same way. It's like you watch it,
and
it's like, that's not how high people are.
Mm-hmm.
But they talk about it now, and it's like, yeah,
it
we
grows
did that
on you.
purpose.
It's funny,
like,
yeah.
Of course, that's not how high people are.
But Half Baked is funny to me now.
Yeah.
Thank God, but with the first time, no, yeah, I was like,
when you watch it again, like you can find like little scenes that are like really fucking funny.
Did you ever watch the show The Boys off Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, you remember that?
I haven't seen the second season yet.
Okay, then this might be. There's an episode, I think it's on the second season, where this dog is just standing there at a stuffed animal. But I watched like this behind the scenes making of it, and the dog was supposed to hump the stuffed animal, but it got camera shy. Okay.
Dogs get camera shy. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I have a amazing pit bull or Sapphire Terrier mix, whichever you want to call them. Okay. I know some people are like, it's one or the other, but he's my baby. His name's Rio from Rio de Janeiro. But there's a point where I'm saying this. He knows like 30 tricks. Okay, he can play dead, crawl, shake. Oh, he's awesome.
I think when I came over, matter of fact, I think you
saw the dog.
Showing me, yeah.
Oh yeah, I swear to God that
you
anybody comes in
when you came. Yeah, when I came over.
Oh, I mean I'm proud of that baby. Those are like nothing now. Next time you see him, you're going to be so shocked.
Oh, you've been training.
Oh yeah, I can put treats on his paws and tell him to stay. I can walk out, come back, he's still there. But this is where it's funny. I got him fixed after he was 2, and he has tons of stuffed animals that he likes to hump, and he does that naturally. So when I was watching that show and saw that part where like the dog got camera shy, I'm going to try to get Rio an agent. It's just I've been like a bad mother and been lazy and not.
I didn't know there was a niche for dog humping videos.
Oh well. I didn't know either till The Boys, right? So I was like, you know what? I was thinking about what the next trick should be.
Oh, so you can get your dog in the movie or in the show.
Well, I want to get him on TV, not for humping, just in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just in general. Because he knows all those tricks. He knows hand commands. I can do it with hand commands or voice.
You know what? I didn't really think about that as far as, like, when they have animals, like, train animals,
they have to have an agent.
Yeah.
I got him in a coloring book.
That makes sense. Really? Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
He's really cute. It has like Color Rio. I was like, oh God, I bought 5 of those things.
I wonder if the owner gets the money, right?
For the coloring book?
Or I mean, for anything, like if your dog's in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
The owner gets the money, right?
In the movie, yeah. But in the coloring books, let me tell you what happened. Okay, because there's a gimmick on that one. And I knew it, so I didn't feel like I was cheated because I already knew about the gimmick. So I was like, okay, well, I'm aware of this, so I'll do it. But Well, let me tell you about the humping. So Rio already humped. So I was
This
like,
is
you know
important
what?
stuff.
It is. This, I mean, mark this interview. He's going to be famous one day. But I was thinking he already does it. So you know what? I'll just get him, kind of connect the two. So literally I do this. He's like, hump it. And he'll go hump the pillow. I mean, it's the funniest thing.
You're his pimp.
Well, pimp, mother, agent, manager.
Call it as you may.
I'm a what is it? A woman of many trades. You know?
The house mama.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. But he only stuffed animals. Okay, only stuffed animals. But what did we talk about? I said we'll go back to that. Oh, daggone it. See, 2 ADD people.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have had an M&M's bowl full of Adderall.
Damn it, that's what she promised me to get here. That was in our contract. I'm disappointed.
It was. Don't worry. There's heroin.
Oh, you mean I'm the heroine of the show, the woman, the heroine of the...
Yeah.
I swear the first time I heard that, I was like, what?
Yeah, it is real, especially...
And condiments, condom,
yeah.
Like mayonnaise and ketchup.
There's yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or you're talking about the condos people live in?
Oh, those too. We got some condiments for the condos for your for the condos. Yeah.
Because there is some fucking going on in some condos.
With some mustard and mayonnaise, there's some.
There is like no matter what kind of disgusting person you are, there's at least a ketchup bottle or a mustard bottle in your refrigerator. There has to be.
Yeah.
Unless you're a complete fucking animal, which I know some of you probably are.
I was thinking, is there ketchup in my refrigerator? At least I know there's mayonnaise, but I'm gonna go check that. Now I watched that some show that they put the evidence that was going to convict them. Mm-hmm. They sent them up and put it under the ketchup bottle because no one's gonna check that. So everyone should check their ketchup bottles too. This is smart information I'm telling you.
I don't watch my episodes hardly. I mean, I'll go through and edit them, but I don't.
You're gonna watch this one many times. Yeah. It's your favorite.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. It's the 30th.
See,
I made it to 30, which I might do something on either the 50th or the 100th.
I'll come back. Okay, just twist my arm. Arm. I'll bring the famous Rio too. So give him a little paw print autograph.
I'll bring some for him to home.
Oh, now I know. Oh my God, yes. The way to my heart and his, right? Happy mom,
Yeah, happy dog, happy mom. Is that how it goes?
The coloring book. So I had a friend that literally loves I love my dog more. He likes it, and you know who you are. I love to pick on it. He uses his dog more as a
He fucks his dog?
No. I don't want that out there, no. But I feel like he definitely likes to, he puts his dog out. He puts him in movies and all that. I do too, but I want to make sure that Rio's enjoying himself too. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want him, to be like those tigers in the cages that look miserable.
Oh, no, never. Oh, my God. No.
Or at least not when anyone's looking.
Oh, no. You better do those tricks, Dan, boy.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, oh, I got my dog in there. I was like, oh, send me the link. So he does, and I send my stuff and sent the picture, and then they reply and they're like, yeah, he's been submitted. And I'm like, oh my God, my baby. I've got a star.
It's like your child.
Oh yes, I got the.
You could be like Joe Jackson to Michael Jackson. You just beat it to greatness.
Oh, who told you I beat him?
I mean,
beat him with kisses.
I thought that's how all
Listen, you could tap that boy's butt just like most dogs. Oh, he's just wagging his tail like, yeah, I do, mama, because he's got nothing. The only time that he gets is with my lips, kisses. But anyway, the gimmick is. It's genius. If I had a computer system or a way to do it, I would do it too. Anybody has that system, let me know. We'll become partners. So what they do is they put this thing out there like, hey, get your dog in a coloring book. Mm-hmm. So people put it out there, right? So then they somehow probably scan the photo, take the color out, and print it out. And then they sell these coloring books.
I'm assuming.
And, people will do anything for their child.
Yeah.
So imagine what you would do for your dog. People love their dogs more than children nowadays.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Especially boomers. They didn't take care of their kids.
But the dog, yeah. Well, I bought, like I said, 5 of those things, So it's a genius because it's like, okay, send me a picture of your dog and you're going to buy you're gonna buy it. You know,
Yeah.
do you have a dog?
No.
Okay, if you did,
No,
and then
I love myself too much.
Oh, I understand. I used to be that way too. Yeah, and then wait till you get a little puppy in your heart, you know.
Oh, I know that's all it would take is just like one, and it's like I'd be done. I definitely get it, but I just I couldn't.
You're trying to wait as long as you can.
There's no way I can't even trust my roommates to open the door for the Spectrum guy.
No, I understand.
when I'm gone and stuff like that. So
well, you know, I never like. If I go out of town, I always have someone there. But like today, I had my roommate there. Well, he rents a room from me, and I was like, "Oh, will you let him pee when you go smoke a cigarette?" Okay, you know. But they also know I'd probably kill him if something happened to the dog. Because oh my god.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a gimmick. But I'm happy I got a coloring book. But like I said, I bought 5. It's a great way to make money for them. Whoever thought about it was genius. Because it's like, and there's a lot of dogs in that coloring book, so you can imagine for $20 a pop, how much money they made.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. People gotta, you know, if you want to do a business partner with me, connect. You know who I am now. If you got a good printer and a scanner, get up with me.
Listen, because I couldn't do it. The last thing I need to do is put another project on my plate.
Oh, no. Well, listen, I'm just the woman with the ideas. I don't have to do anything. I'm just giving the ideas, okay?
I'll tell you what to do, and then you give me the money.
Exactly. You see how I work, you know?
I love that system. I do it all the time.
See? Yeah. Businesswoman. Yeah. What's your sign? Are you a Gemini?
Cancer. I think. Yeah. What is it? June 21st?
Oh, you might be a King. I'm June 18th. Are you June 21st?
Yeah.
I'm June 18th. I swear to God, I have connected and I have stayed such close friends with people that are close to the June.
One of my best friends growing up, his was like June 3rd.
Okay. I have my best friend June 13th, 17th, and 19th. I mean, I have all the Junes. I mean, pretty much the whole month of June. Thank God I don't have to buy gifts for all of them because I'd be broke that month. And my mother's June 15th.
My aunt's is June 22nd, right after mine.
June 17th. We're just gonna have to throw a huge June party.
Mine's June 21st is the first day of summer.
Okay.
Also,
you know
except on a leap year, I think. Then it's like the 22nd or the 20, whatever.
That was the only kind of sad thing growing. But I mean, it's not a big deal. But I remember being in school, you know, like elementary, and you have someone bring cupcakes.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't bring the cupcakes because
it's during the summer. Yeah. I know. Because.
I would much rather spend my birthday in the summer though than share my cupcakes with students at the store.
See, I would have brought a bunch of cupcakes and made them watch me eat them.
See, it must be a June thing because I agree with you.
Spit icing at them.
See, I would just scrape the icing off unless it comes from Apple Annie's. I like their icing.
Yeah.
But I don't like that nasty cheap icing.
It's too much. Yeah. It's
like the buttercream is good.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of icing. It gives me a headache.
Well, I wouldn't say it gives a headache. It's just I love sugar, but that type of nasty like Lowe's or some like grocery store icing.
What's it called? High fructose corn syrup.
It's just not good.
Fucking full of it.
It's just not good. Like at the Great American Cookie.
Yeah.
I always would say,
oh my God, I love that place.
I love the cookie slice, and I would always be like, hi, can I get the one? Is there a way you can cut me one without the icing?
Yeah. See, I like a very minuscule amount on it.
I don't even like that shit.
A very small, and then I'll spread it out to where it's like hardly any on there.
So I used to get, because it comes in a box, I'd like rip the part of the box off and scrape the icing, and then realized one day I'm like, why don't I just ask if?
No, I think they do that because they do custom ones.
No, they do. They used to have to like open up and cut one out in the back, but now I think maybe a few people have asked for it, and they always have like at least one cookie slice with no icing. And sometimes I walk by there and I'm like, I wonder if my annoying self made that happen for all those icing or those non-like icing people out there. I remember I did that for you when you walked by Great American Cookie. I sacrificed being annoying so that cake could have no icing on it.
I'd want them to I'd make them scrape it off for me.
Yeah, I want to watch you do it.
I want to watch you do more work because I've just seen you stand there for 5 hours just disconnecting. So I bet they'd love to do it. Something that they'd actually get to do something.
You know what I hate, and I know this is going to be annoying, but like when you order something and be like no cheese, right? And then you get it and you see that they
just
pulled it off.
And it's like, or when you say no pickles and they pull it and it's like, it's
you can still taste
there.
it. You can still like the pickle.
Yeah, the
like
juice
seeps into the
bun, and then it's
yeah. And I like pickles and I like cheese and I like onions, but sometimes you just don't want it on.
Fucking want it.
Yeah. Like especially I don't eat McDonald's, but a long time ago when I did, I hated the onions. They had those.
They take a whole handful
and those chopped nasty onions.
I saw the saddest shit ever. I drove down Market Street and I was at a stoplight and looked in and I saw people sitting down eating supper at McDonald's. I'm like, that's the saddest shit ever.
What do you mean?
Like during, if you're out and about, maybe at work, and you got like a quick, you got to quick go in there and get something to eat for lunch. I get it, but if you're gonna go out as a family,
what are you saying? Like they had like a candle there too, like having like a.
Like I can see, I was like, that's the saddest shit ever.
Yeah, I don't know about McDonald's. That's some nasty food.
Yeah, it's gross.
Did you hear about that guy who found a McDonald's sandwich? Like, don't quote me on this. It was like 10 years later or like 5 years later, and it's still.
That's a trick. They did that with a burger. They probably did it with a chicken sandwich too. But yeah, they put it in the trunk of a car. Or
no,
whatever.
He forgot it in his pocket, and then years later, he found it, and it was still. Kind of.
That's gross. No, yeah. I saw him do an actual experiment on it where they did a cheeseburger and it was the exact same.
Yeah, it wasn't. This was an experiment. This was an accident, and it like went. This was it's been past couple years. I think that happened, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, because there's no telling what they inject their fucking livestock slaughterhouse with.
Thinking about, I'm contradicting myself because go back to the vaccine thing. It's like people are like, my mom scares me right when I'm about to go get it. She's like, no, don't, Samantha, don't you do it. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, like I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna get it. It's just just kind of waiting like that Johnson and Johnson shit that happened.
I've definitely am dragging my feet.
Yeah.
Getting it.
Well, but people eat McDonald's. It's like, okay, you're going to complain about this vaccine, but you're going to eat that nasty shit from McDonald's.
I've seen people post on social media that were heroin addicts for years. And they're like, that have used puddle water to shoot up with.
Ew, shit. I didn't even think about that.
And then...
Puddle water.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that to where they were like dope sick or whatever, and they needed their shit now, and there was nothing to shoot up with, and they used puddle water.
Shit.
And I'm like, yeah, and I don't think you should be worried about what's in Bill Gates' vaccine.
Oh well, since we haven't done the puddle water, that's why we're worried about the vaccine. Oh my God, that's intense. Yeah, that's intense.
That's
Howard Stern on the radio. I had like the free Sirius XM for a couple months, and I keep saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do it," but it's just like I've been holding back that too because I do love the Sirius XM. Anyway, went off on a tantrum. But he was saying that too. Like some people are like, I don't know what's in that vaccine. He's like, dude. You put everything in your system, and you're complaining about that. And I was like, wow, did Howard Stern just make sense right there? Because it did.
Right, because usually he's just talking shit.
Well, I know. That's why it's so funny, because some people take him so serious. But I feel like we can relate with that. It's just like, it's just his job, and it's fun to just kind of...
Tim Dillon has his podcast, and he says some crazy shit. I mean, it's fucking hilarious. But of course he's joking.
But what's so sad is Trump isn't. And they're believing it and saying it. It's like, at least, there's a comedic aspect to what they're saying. No, he's good. It's a comedic with him, but he doesn't mean it.
Trump's definitely the funniest president he's the most entertaining president we've ever had.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I would have bet money that he would have never made it the first 4 years.
I knew he was going to make it. I'm like, oh, he's going to buy that presidency.
Well, see, I knew it was, and I was like, oh, this is going to get all the people out to vote. To get them, you know what I mean? The people that usually don't vote, it would get them out to vote.
But then
to
again,
vote them out.
Like I feel like people didn't want another Clinton in there.
That's true too. I just don't understand why we don't have that many.
And this will be my last episode.
No, listen, I like the Clintons. I have nothing bad to say. I think they're all nice and innocent.
They're gonna throw me in a van.
It was Hunter.
Put a hood over my head and throw me in a van.
Hunter was the one that said that. Let's make sure we got that clear. No, there was that video or that, oh my God, again, the documentary thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
They didn't, but then again, it's like, what do you think? It's like, there's no new information out. Well, there's no bombshell.
Well, that lady, there was this girl that was like, yeah, I saw President Clinton. He didn't do anything wrong, but he was there. I said, girl.
What do you think?
I was just thinking, girl, I wouldn't even have said that one. I would have just, I would have been like, you know what?
I feel bad for him because I know that shit happened, and it's like.
Well, I was thinking she was gonna die. I was thinking, girl, I would have just been like, you know what? I didn't see anything. You might have to ask someone else about that. I don't know. I didn't see him. Yeah. I'm not saying he wasn't there, but I'm just saying I didn't see him.
If they could fucking whack him in MCC, which is like one of like the most secure like jails or whatever. Yeah, if they could whack him in MCC, they could get to anybody.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Oh, no, it was either... It could have been a lot of people. It could have been Mossad, MI6, CIA.
Listen, I've watched Scandal. I know it can happen.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got some crazy stuff. I know it's a TV show, but I know that...
America's full of criminals.
Well, most of the TV shows are based on real stuff. They might twist it or switch it up a little bit.
Criminal Minds is like that. So a lot of those cases are based on real cases. I'm like, that's fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even like alien movies,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, going back to the drum circle, I belly dance. So you could come out there. I don't belly dance in my costume, but you can come out there. I'll show you how to do a couple things. You don't even have to belly dance. You can just dance.
You can do whatever you want. There's not many rules at Bizarre.
Well, not even that. It's just, that's funny to say that. That's true. That's why it's fun. But, any place that, can bring everybody in the community together.
That is...
for one thing, it's
that
fun.
You never... That's the cool thing I like about that place. You never know, like, who or what is coming out there.
Well, Wilmington's that way, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I wanted
this is an artsy town, especially towards downtown. This is an artsy town.
I always wanted to move to a bigger city.
I have to. I especially doing what I'm doing. I have to.
Oh, entertainment business for sure. But then when COVID hit, I was thinking, damn, I am so fortunate. I live in a somewhat... It's big enough.
I still got to do comedy the whole time.
Yeah, it's
and
still...
I know they got shut down. Like, big cities got shut the fuck down.
Well, it's big enough that you can do that kind of stuff still, but it's still small enough that it's not...
You can still kind of do what you want to do.
A meltdown. Like, I would hate to be...
Because everyone's so crammed together, and it just spread like fucking
The grocery
crazy.
Store lines were long here. I couldn't even imagine being in a bigger city like California or stuff. It would be...
I heard California is a dumpster fire right now. That's why everyone's going to Texas, or
Joe
literally
Rogan moved
everybody
to Texas.
else. Tim Dillon moved to Texas. He
So
moved right outside of Austin.
I've been to Austin
I'm telling you, he's special.
Okay, Tim Dillon.
Yeah, he's really special.
I'll have to
I think he's really gonna
have a crush on him. I feel like
he's gay, so I have a chance.
Oh, is that? You're like, so you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance. He says it all the time.
I love it.
He says, I like hot white guys with nice bodies. I'm like, I have a chance.
You're like, damn, yes. He can help you with your career a little bit too.
He's gonna be the boss out there.
Oh, who you just? God, you just said something.
And apparently he's a giver. So I'm like, okay.
Oh,
so
good.
I don't have to be that gay.
And you're a receiver.
Yeah.
So you love to receive.
So I don't have to be. I mean, technically, yes, it would be gay. But I could convince myself that it's not. It's just advancing my career.
I was about to say today's, you don't even have to have a title. That's the title, advancing of the career. You're like, I'm not gay. I'm just advancing my career.
I feel like if you don't do that, like it's like in the entertainment industry. If you don't do that, it's like, what are you doing,
Hunter? How much do you want this job? How much do you want to be a comedian?
Oh, I would definitely blow Harvey Weinstein to be Aquaman.
You don't become Jason Momoa. You just become the character. Remember that?
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
Anybody can do it.
Oh my God, that Harvey Weinstein. I hate to say that, but he's gotta have to rape someone to get some. Because that sounds awful.
He's
to say.
a monster.
But Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not saying he's not cute at all, but he's successful,
charming.
Not the worst looking guy. It's amazing that he had to do that, but that's probably why when you have everything.
I think a lot of it was about he was part of, I can go down. This is what I believe. He was an intelligence for Mossad, the Israeli intelligence, and he would sexually blackmail powerful people at that island.
Well,
because there's cameras and everything was recorded.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
every room there, even the bathroom,
everywhere.
That's a little weird.
Everywhere. I think that's really what Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was killed. He was a secret spy for the Mossad. Like,
oh, I didn't know that. I didn't hear that part. What do you think? You think she's gonna die?
I honestly don't. I know they're not going to do it again like they did Epstein because they're like fuck, we got away with it, but everybody knows. Everybody thinks that he got killed. They got away with it, but nobody thinks he killed himself.
When did her dad die?
It was a while back.
Okay, so before all this craziness.
Yeah, they pushed him off a boat or something like that.
Oh, shit.
So they say.
Shit. Oh God.
Yeah. But crazy. Yeah, he was, and I think she was the same way. I mean, she was Hillary Clinton's daughter, Chelsea Clinton's best friend.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They were at their wedding and everything.
Mm. Well, I mean, there's pictures of Trump with them too.
Isn't it crazy how it's like?
But he's not involved though,
And if I'm not doing anything comedy and I'm out with my friends, there's never anything in our mind. Hey, let's take a picture. Mm-hmm. I mean,
but if you're
it's kind of funny. He has pictures with everybody.
Well, I was about to say, if you're a woman, it's like, let's get a picture. Oh my God, hold on. No, that one's not good. Hold on, let's redo it. Yeah,
but it's kind of funny.
But for a guy, it's different, I suppose.
And it's like he has pictures with everybody.
Oh wait, he's like a little bitch. Like, let me take a picture of this person, because back then he wanted clout.
I think he knew what he was doing. He was he was the money guy
Well, he's like one of those guys that just keep name dropping,
because he isn't them. He'll never be them.
And he just
but he can ride their coattails.
Mm-hmm.
He can get them young girls. That's why they fucked with him.
Oh God, bless it. Bless it.
Like I said, and this will be my last episode.
I know. What do you think about Charlie Sheen? Did you hear about the Crisco?
Mm-mm.
Oh, let me tell you. So allegedly, let's say that Charlie, what is it? Oh God, what's those two boys that were on the Goon, or that one boy that was on the Goonies?
Emilio Estevez?
No. The one that's always talking about getting raped. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Oh my God, one of my best friends. He's a comedian. His name is Sean. He looks just like Corey. I'll have to after this. I'll show you a picture of him. You'll be like, oh my God.
That is funny. Well, Feldman. Remember how he's always talked about this
Hollywood pedophile cult or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, there's one guy that did Corey, and always would talk about it.
He always said he was going to drop a bombshell, but he never did.
Well, he did. But he posted, you had to buy this. He was premiering this video, and I think you had to buy it or stream it.
You had to subscribe to his Patreon.
Yes. And then all of a sudden there was a crash because there were so many people, so there was a problem with it. But anyway, it came out.
Oh, it did.
Guess who it is? You ready? Drum roll. Charlie Sheen. I could totally see that.
I could too, because he's very rich. He was making $1 million an episode.
Well, back in the day before he was made it like that, his
whole family's got money.
Yeah. Well, this is what Corey Feldman said. Corey Haim said that he got Crisco and took him in between the trailers or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, that's normal. That's pretty much not quoting, but pretty much it was like, this is normal. What happened to me, so this is what happened. So bend over, pretty much."
There's a lot of to play devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm skeptical of everything, but it's he's not relevant right now. It seems like a lot of
which one, Corey or
there's a lot of singers and stuff like that. They'll come out with shit like that. And now they're in the news again. Now they're getting attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what he looks like now? The what is it? Eddie Munster, the little boy.
Who, Charlie Sheen?
No, Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he looks weird.
He looks just like
he went emo.
That's what I'm saying. He looks just like Eddie Munster, the little boy.
Yeah.
With the black hair and the white face.
He should be in the Addams Family.
And then he's got that little black little Elvis wannabe. But if you look at Eddie Munster, and then look at him, and that's then and now, he looks just like little Eddie Munster grown up. I swear. So I didn't do that. I can't give that credit to me. Someone said that, and I'm like, oh my God, he does look like Eddie Munster grown up. He does. I was like, wow.
He did. A lot of them get weird.
Bless his heart. He was.
I mean, he was famous young.
You know, and he was a good little actor.
Yeah, I mean, look at Lindsay Lohan. She was fucking doing blow.
Amanda Bynes.
All of them went bananas.
Did you see that face tattoo? Nothing wrong with face tattoos.
Amanda Bynes got a face tattoo?
God, I wish I had my face. Honey. Oh my God. Let me just get this off my ears. Yes. It's awful. It's like it looks like something, a heart I drew.
Looks like Aaron Carter went. Absolutely. He got addicted to inhalants. That's
what do you mean? Those
whippets are like the
little heart.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
He's like engaged to some girl. She looks like a porn star. Nothing bad. I mean, good for him.
And then it came out that they weren't really together.
Oh, they're not together anymore?
No, they were never together. It was just because he's literally out of his mind.
You're talking about the girl recently, this blonde girl that like.
Yeah, and he's had a different blonde girl before that on a different interview, like a month before that. Oh. So it's like.
Well, I watched him on like No Jumper podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Remember, and he was like, "Look, dude, listen. When you're like schizophrenic, like, you don't do this. Like, look, am I fine? Am I fine?" I was like, "Oh my God."
He was all over the place.
Yeah, I was like,
you could see it in Adam's face. He was like,
yeah.
He was uncomfortable.
He's like, look at me, dude. Don't I look good? And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, because he's like, dude, I'm not on drugs.
Yeah,
I'm
not
on drugs.
And it's like, yeah.
That's what someone who was on drugs would say. Trying to convince you they're not, because everybody knows you are.
Exactly. It's like, okay, is that what you're telling yourself?
And then I forgot what it was. It wasn't on that show, but it was like an Oprah show or something. He was on there with his mom.
Dr. Phil? Was it Dr. Phil?
And he goes, I'll take a drug test right now. It failed.
Oh, bless it. What about Bam Margera?
Yeah, he looks like Don Vito now with his caca.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
He did turn into Don Vito.
Is Don Vito even alive still?
I don't think so.
His dad died?
I think his dad's still alive. No, that's his uncle.
Oh, that's his uncle. That's right. They look a lot. Yeah, Don, that's right.
Especially now. They got a lazy eye.
Damn. I mean, he got kicked off Jackass.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to be a jackass
because all
to
of
be
them
kicked off Jackass.
You know, they used to fucking shoot meth in their dicks. I mean, it's like
no, they did not.
I mean, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making a point, but
well,
I mean, maybe.
Well, listen, people are using ditch water. I'm not shocked now. It's like, damn, you got ditch water and penis and meth and dicks. I mean, I'm not shocked now. Tell me more, Hunter. I feel like I've been in the closet.
Steve-O did say he snorted HIV blood one time.
You know
on accident.
I want to say I heard that.
He was scraping the Coke table, and he said the guy used to like bleed on it and shit like that.
I remember that.
Because he would shoot up, and then a little blood would come off, and
Damn.
he would scrape it all up. He didn't get it.
Damn.
Isn't that wild?
Bless his little heart. He's changed.
He's doing great.
He's doing great. He's got that
podcast,
dog.
He's got his van. He's doing fucking
his little
awesome.
doggy.
Mm-hmm.
God knows he was.
A lot of people are cleaning up right now, and then on the other hand, a lot of people are fucking up right now too.
Yeah. God, I mean, well, if Steve-O can do it,
yeah,
anyone can do it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, God knows. I'm not joking. I think it was that same thing you watched about his like life story.
And like he had the whippets and all that shit. He had like the
banging on the walls, destroying his whole house.
Yeah.
Oh my! As a landlord, I would just. Oh my.
That's what happens when you have a junkie with millions of dollars.
Woo! God knows, and it's so sad. But you know, he went to some. I guess he's friends with Dana White. So I've been watching his podcasts, you know, and he's bringing that dog around.
A lot of people are going on it now. Fucking John Jones was on it.
What, his podcast? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
He's had a bunch of fighters on there. Matter of fact,
yeah.
Michael Bisping.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Which I mean, I just
yeah. Just name the bad ones, okay, Hunter. You know why I'm not a big fan is because like I saw when I went to my first live fight, he's like out there talking crap, and I looked at my friend. I was like, who is that? Because I just felt like martial arts and like the UFC is supposed to be like this respectful, like we're gonna beat you up, but you know we're gonna shake hands.
It's also a business, though.
Yeah, yes, but you know it's also like that respect thing. I love it.
They always shake for the most part. They always shake, hug each other, shake each other's hands.
But I felt like when I saw Michael Bisping that time, I know he's doing a lot of interviewing now, or like
I mean, I feel like that's part of the game.
Well, no, I just felt like he was more like the WWE.
Yeah.
And
he wanted to be the heel.
Yeah, and I'm like, we don't have that here.
Yeah. Because there's nothing fake about the UFC.
No.
You go there and get hurt.
Oh my God.
You go there and get hurt.
I went to a WWE fight, right? And this girl that I was.
Oh my God, I could just imagine the type of people there.
Oh my God, it was pretty hilarious. So I went with this girl that I met.
The type of people that can only see their kid on the weekends.
When their kid's their sister, or whatever.
I don't want to go with Dad this weekend.
I know.
You got to get out.
You got to leave now, son. I'm getting VIP tickets. Well, this girl I went with, I guess she's a big fan or whatever, and it was somewhere anyway. She got like VIP tickets and got front row, like so. Literally, you get to see like the sweat's coming on you. It already looks fake as shit, right? When you go to a live one, I'm amazed it's lasted this long. It was
because they can edit it, or the lighting and the Hollywood magic when they do it on TV.
This is how it was. Like, I mean, they didn't even touch. There was like feet away from them. Yeah, they're like
and the fans are like,
oh, they love it.
They're going bananas.
They are going crazy.
They're so simple-minded.
Yeah, and I know it's they have to be athletes to throw your body around.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, people get hurt, but there's some people that will sit there and fight with you and tell you it's real.
Yeah.
And we got this backstage thing. And
those people are called Trump supporters.
Exactly. It was like WW in the front, Trump on the back, and then Q on the sides.
Got a MAGA hat on, yeah.
Well, again, I wouldn't pay for this, but it was fun. I rang the bell.
Which isn't it the ugliest hat ever though?
Which
it's like
one?
the MAGA hat,
and it's made in China. I love when these motherfuckers. And I'm like, yeah, where's the hat made?
I love that.
I know, it's hilarious. But anyway, so these people in the back are like, you would think, like you're seeing Madonna or Cher back there or somebody. I mean, they are just thinking these people are gods, and they're like, oh no, they're fighters. They, I mean, they get into it. It was like me when I was a Buffy fan. It was like me as a Buffy fan on crack.
But these people are adults.
That's the problem here.
Who gives these people jobs?
I know. They don't have them. No.
I mean, they had to buy tickets somehow. Exactly. It's like, who gives these retards jobs?
I don't know what they're breaking to get their own steaks, but they're the ones instead of breaking chairs to get a steak, they're like wrapping bungee cords to have their own like ring. Oh God. Ugh. I saw this thing on YouTube or Facebook where this guy was doing that and like jumped off the to get on the middle of the platform, but landed wrong and his legs just snapped.
Ooh, kind of like what happened to Chris.
Oh, that guy who just
Weidman, where he did the leg kick, and
just
then it
recently.
went.
I saw that. It was awful.
That happened to fucking Anderson Silva too.
To him, right? Someone did that to him and had that happen. Yeah.
I was such a big Anderson Silva fan. He was my favorite when I was a kid. Yeah.
I like Paulo Costa. He's like that.
Yeah.
But I hate to say this, he's attractive, but he's kind of
he got beat up.
He's kind of. I'm trying to say this without offending anybody.
He's like perfect.
He is visually. Specimen. I remember I saw him walking out. I was like,
specimen.
I looked at my friend. I said, "Who is he?" Because I saw him fight live.
Doesn't look like a fighter. He's gorgeous.
Oh, he is. But then, and I had a little crush on him. But then all of a sudden, you start seeing his posts, and he looks like a '80s porn star. Got his shirt off like on a motorcycle. Oh God, motorcycle. Like this. And I'm
real
just
cheesy shit.
Yeah, like. It kind of was, and
I thought it was really funny how once Israel
on just whatever,
knocked him out, he went over and fucking dry humped him. That is awesome.
I know he did not like that. Was that his first? That was his first loss. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. I think I tried to block that out. I can't, because he was pretty good. Yeah,
he was a beast, and then he kind of got exposed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we win some and lose some.
Yeah.
But no, I like, as a woman, if I went on a date with him, I probably, even though he's so handsome.
I'd bring up the fight. Be like, hey, man, what happened?
He kind of just has, like, I feel like he might take longer to get ready than I would. And I don't know if that would be attractive. He's a little narcissistic.
His hair oh, yeah. You have to be. You kind of have to be.
I don't think so. I don't think you have to be.
In that, because, I mean, you have to focus on you.
Yes. I feel like the difference between, like, Jorge and Paulo Costa.
Jorge's
they're both
for the people.
Yeah, but he's a little, he's in himself too. But it's not like. I feel like Paulo Costa like
he probably
looks,
stares at himself.
I was
in the
just
mirror
about to say and jerks
ready.
off. He's like, oh yeah, who's the man? Who's the man?
Probably
and
watches fight. He watches his fight tapes.
Oh yeah, and it's like he puts a picture of him on whoever he's sleeping with. It's like, wait, girl, wait, hold on, let me tape this or put this mask on you. Yeah, I could say that. That's what I'm saying.
He
it's
probably
like,
has it since he didn't win. He's probably got like a cardboard belt he made.
My God, tell me I'm the winner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hump you now.
Tell me I won.
I'm gonna hump you now.
I bet people do that. Like, tell me I'm the greatest.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially if they lost. It's like, tell me.
Oh,
tell me I'm a winner.
Somebody cares.
Tell me I'm the champion.
Yeah.
Now tell me.
I mean, people are.
He's probably looking in the mirror saying that, like you, like I said, why players and stuff, like you're the champion.
And his tears
you're doing,
are
yep. Oh my God, yes. Have you watched his video of him jerking
I've done that
off?
before.
Okay, so you can see it in his eyes. It's like,
it's a little sad. It's a little sad.
Yeah, people that jerk off with their tears, you guys have that thing.
It is better
it's
than
like
spit.
I was about to say, it's like that unspoken, connection. It's like, oh yeah. He's a tear jerker, a tear jerker over there. We got a tear jerker.
That's really funny.
Thank you.
That's really funny.
I love my little puns, Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna have a whole new meaning. Tear jerker, you little tear jerker. You.
I'm gonna have to start using that.
And you can say that, and no one even know that you're being offensive. But like, I bet you're a little tear jerker, aren't you?
But I would tell him what it meant afterwards, that I can make it offensive.
Well, that's true. I like that. But also it's fun to kind of like.
But then not tell anyone else. So when I say it to them, they'll feel
know.
a certain way. But everyone's like, what?
Or if we're ever out in public, we'll be like, oh, hey, tear jerker. Or we're just like, oh yeah, they have no idea.
I love saying. I like have little things I'll say, and it's like referencing to something like gross. Oh, and then we'll say it in front of like people, and they don't get it.
Well, you know what? I'm about to tell my secret, but you know what I used to do when I was going out, and I'm not a mean person. If someone hits on you, instead of being like no, like ew, like go away, I'm not that type of person. So what I would do,
I have a boyfriend.
And sometimes that don't even work.
Yeah, because that doesn't matter nowadays.
Oh yeah, so I do. No English, no.
Oh,
sorry, and I just walk away.
That's good.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, whatever. No one gets their feelings hurt. No one wants to go home and cut themselves. Not saying they want to, but after you've been turned down like 20 times, I don't want to be the 20th that.
God, but God forbid someone overhears you culturally appropriating somebody. Then you're all over the news. Racist hairdresser.
Hey, good news, or what is it? Good publicity or
saying.
Bad publicity? Good publicity is any publicity.
There's definitely gonna be a side that's like, yeah.
Oh, well, I have a little bit of Lebanese in me, so I can totally use that card.
My buddy moved from the Ukraine when he was 15. And he can sometimes he'll speak to him in Russian or whatever the fuck he speaks.
I had to learn. I've downloaded this app so I could learn a little bit of Russian, like "Привет, доброе утро, как дела?" So if I can literally have something to go off of. So they're like, "Oh, dude, she is Russian, man." Like she just said, "Hey." Yeah. So
I'm pretty good with like impersonations too. So if I just like learned the language, I could definitely do the accent.
It's just like you just gotta have the little bit of the seed and it grows. It's like, "Oi, tudo bem? Como você se chama?" It's
already a little bit in you, so.
So you already think I'm Portuguese, Brazilian, right? Oi, I only know a few things. It's like, "Hi, what's your name?"
Well, you got the dark hair and the brown eyes.
See,
so,
if I ever went to the Middle East, I could totally blend in. I just can't talk.
Yeah, they kill you.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm from here. I'm from Syria."
Yeah, go to Ramadi.
You got any sweet tea here?
Yeah, that's what didn't they just recently let women drive?
Probably in some places.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it was like last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like they just let
there was
drive.
this Middle Eastern singer who she did, I think it was like before it passed, like she did some, maybe it was in the middle or before or after, but she did this video and it was all these Middle Eastern drive and it was like kind of like a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, damn, that's another thing, you just don't know how lucky you are.
There's like on the other half of the world, they're living completely different.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't have, they don't have Adam and Eve's here. I was talking about that to a friend today or yesterday. It's illegal. You could like die from that, having a sex toy or anything like that. Like it's forbidden.
They're really weird about that shit.
I saw a guy get like, I forgot how many lashings because he was gay, and they literally they found the guy. I guess I don't know if how they knew, but they found him. And these literally, I can't remember if he had just like shorts or pants on, but he had no shirt, and they are just like these like hitting.
Damn, at least they didn't kill him.
Oh, I mean,
they
like
would kill you some places.
You might want death after that.
In Russia, it's illegal to be gay.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that about Russia. Maybe I did. I forgot. Wow. So it's so crazy.
Is that why you learn in Russia? Like I'm so tired of these Americans, all these gay people over here. I'm going to Russia.
You're like, oh, what else is illegal there? Tear jerking.
Freedom isn't though.
A tear jerker, is that illegal?
No, it's not, because it wouldn't be gay.
It will be when I get through. Then, because that is kind of gay. You're sitting there tear jerking.
Yeah, to another man.
Yeah, to yourself.
I don't know. Well, I'm a big advocate for self-care now.
I had this friend that was gay that asked me this question. He said, if you were a twin, would you fuck yourself? And I was like, I was young. I was like 15. And I was like, what?
Of course I would.
You know what he told me? He looked at me. I said, I don't know. Would you? He said, Samantha, I would fuck the shit out of myself. And said it just like that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely throat fuck myself.
Yeah. Take your rib out. Right. Just pull a Marilyn Manson. Oh, speaking of Marilyn Manson, all those accusations that came up.
About what?
About him and him. You didn't hear that?
Sucking his own dick? I heard that's not true. I heard that's an urban legend.
Oh no, it totally is. No. Okay, where have you been? He has come out, and all of these people have complained about his sexual, like Rachel McAdams, or not Rachel McAdams. God, what's her name? Who Evan Rachel Wood. She used to date him.
I probably saw her.
She was saying how he would like lock her up and would abuse her. It was bad.
That's weird.
Like he pretty much was like, God, I'm trying to think of the correct term. All these other things are coming out about him, and his label dropped him.
So he's like a fucking real weirdo.
Oh yeah,
a lot weirder
well,
than
hello. I don't understand anybody that would get in a relationship and would think otherwise. What do you think? He's going to buy you roses and cuddle you?
Yeah, you think he's going to put a fucking suit on and go meet your parents?
You think he's going to
a picnic?
Yeah, you think he's going to sit there and rub your hair, kiss on your ear, maybe show you some love and, get you all hot. No, he's going to be a weird freak.
Of course.
I wouldn't. So that's why I wouldn't ever been attracted to him. So he's not. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not justifying that for him. But I'm just saying anyone that would get with Marilyn Manson and expect anything other than something weird and freaky.
Something weird, yeah.
Bless their heart.
Yeah, I when I think of him, I don't think of him just fucking face to face every time.
It's like many faces. Why he's got a blood on his. I went to a concert with him. Well, not with him, but no, let me phrase that. He literally cut himself on stage. Yeah. And threw cocaine in the audience.
Like that.
Yeah. And, and spit on the people.
No, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah. It was like I was just far enough away to watch it all. And then I did live.
You weren't in the SeaWorld splash zone.
No. My friend was, and I was like, ooh, and she loved it, and I was like, girl, bless it. But I did lift. I always wanted to put someone in one of those. What is it?
Stage, like a stage dive there, or crowd surfing?
Yeah, crowd surfing. She's a small little thing, and she wanted to do. I was like, oh, I got you, girl. And I got her on there. She's like crowd surfing, getting spit on by Marilyn Manson. And listen to this. So the people I went with, it was my two best friends. And after the concert, first off, when we went there was like this girl, literally her ass was out. Like you could see her crack and everything. It was like 2 inches of a skirt. I'm not joking. Like her crack was out.
So like at his concerts, it's like a no holds barred.
Oh no, I'm straight and I couldn't stop looking at her ass. It was just there. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You just couldn't stop looking, And so fast forward, the concert's over, and I'm like ready to go. And they're like, oh, no, he's going to come out and see us. Like, we're going to, do a meet and greet. And this other crazy people are like, oh, no, we've come here like 50 times to the Hard Rock Cafe, or what is it, Blue?
Hard Rock Hotel.
No.
House of Blues.
House of Blues. And she's like, 48 out of the 50 always come out and, greets the people. It's just a few people that stay on the side. Mm-hmm. Well, he comes out and everyone's like, hey, he doesn't even acknowledge the fans on the side. And I was thinking that's kind of shitty, but whatever. I mean, again, we are talking about Marilyn Manson.
That's the one thing I'm like very fucking adamant about. After every show,
you want to talk to people.
I make sure I go talk to every. I'll stay and have a drink with people. Sometimes I'll stay and get fucking fucked up with you.
Oh, those M&Ms.
Yes.
Yeah. But so literally, we wait there 2 freaking hours. 2 hours. I would have left immediately.
Yeah, because it's Marilyn Manson. It's not like it's.
They were like, no, let's just wait. We've already waited this long. Okay. Well, all of a sudden, within those 2 hours, you see like these girls, and the girl with the ass out was in there. And I looked at my friends. I was like, well, at least you know what you got to dress like to see him next time. But finally, we left, and the girl that was like, we've been here 50 and 48 at the time. They always come out. She's over there in tears.
Just looking at him?
Like sad that he didn't come out. She's like, I'm so disappointed. Like I don't ever buy another ticket. And I was like, oh my God, like you are such a diehard fan, and then all of a sudden,
that's how
he doesn't look at you.
I
mean, I understand both. It's like, listen, it's kind of shitty of them, but I still like the song "Beautiful People." You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. What do you expect?
Hit the 2-hour mark.
Oh, cool. Well, listen, that's been fun.
Yeah, what's the music video?
Oh, yes. Okay, great.
We can get that in.
Oh, yes. There is a music video. You're going to put it on the link it up?
I will.
It's this music video I did right before Christmas. Her name's Deb Browning. She's an awesome beach music artist. She's been #1 on the beach scene like 3 times. I think this might be the 3rd or 4th song, but let's say 3rd just so I won't, be lying. Yeah. So, but it just hit #1. This song is Don't Go Messing with Stop Messing with My Man. Sorry, Stop Messing with My Man.
Better stop messing with my man.
Exactly. Oh yeah. And I am I'm the lead besides her.
You're messing with her man.
I am. Oh yeah, she pulls my hair in it too. So please check out the video. Give it some views. The link
will be in the bio. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah, the bio. Yeah. Somewhere there's something you can click and
you
click
can
it.
find it.
Yeah.
But where else can people find you?
Again, I cut hair at Ernie's Hair Care, and I do ancient dancing and belly dancing. We can actually find me through Hunter, obviously, because he knows how to get me. And and I also do side dog training. No, I'm just joking. I only work for my baby.
She teaches dogs how to fuck stuffed animals.
Exactly. That's my main
focus right now.
Exactly. It's my talent.
It's my passion project during COVID.
But I do belly dancing, and also if you have a music video and need a main star, hello. But seriously, check out that video, share it. We need those views because
I'll put your Instagram.
Oh yeah. Follow me on Instagram and you'll keep up with the crazy stuff I'm doing. Yeah. But share the video, check it out. We need more views.
Check it out.
If she gets a lot of views, maybe I'll be in her next one. Her kill me since I mess with her, man. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be.
I'm burying this bitch because she messed with my man.
Exactly. That sounds like a country song, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll hop over to country music after that. She'll do a little side
crossover.
Hustle. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Kind of like what Nelly did with Tim McGraw.
See?
And that's why we have race rides.
See, I feel like we're helping her out. Like, we're like throwing stuff at her.
Fuck yo, that's funny.
Well, listen, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming by.
I had a great time, and yes,
you have to come back.
Oh, twist my arm. Right. Again, thanks again. It was fun. Bye.